Welcome back. It's 7 o'clock. It's a Monday? Yeah, question mark. It's a Monday, 17th of March. Welcome back, everybody. Let's get started. What have we got for you tonight? Well, we're going to be doing a little bit of Wanage, because Wan is the man. And we've got a whole bunch of Lauras, which I'm going to download on the other screen, because half of them are censored. Haw haw. But we're going to get the cool ones from my Discord. Speaking of which, Scuffed Epoch Official has a Discord. The link is in the description. We were formerly 5 Below 5 UK. We've changed our name. Everything's going great so far. We're going to do a little bit of an X post. So you never know. Might get some new people joining us tonight for our daily art stream. Starts every day, 7 o'clock. Even on Thursdays, we're going to be live streaming the Discord meet this week. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, get this out of the way. Don't forget, all the music that you're listening to right now is up on Spotify. You can find it by searching for John Sent. Okay. We've got a new Thora Laura for Flux. Okay, and I also did a new Not the True World update. Hello, Katoshko. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Rania. The rebrand is crazy. Indeed it is. Fernicar. Hello, Kurt Curtis. Hello. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Thank you all for joining me on this fine Monday evening. So we got a couple of things we're going to look at. First thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to try and make a habit of this, is, he says, grab the link for the thing, and we're going to do a little thing here. I am now Scuffed Epoch on X. They took away my check mark while I'm under review. But yeah, we're going to do a little thing. Daily AI art stream. What are we on now? Number 83. Number 83. I don't need to say that. That's my name now. Number 83. WAN Video and Writers Club. There we go. Should we give it a cool image? Let's give it a cool image. Should we give it something that will get us banned from Twitter? I think we'll get away with that one. That won't get that. That'll be all right. It's coffee time, baby. Speaking of which, I have rendered with the new Thora Laura many coffee times, and this is part of a test. Okay, we're going to be testing my theory on sequential prompting into video. So in that frame of mind, I have my captioner, which I'm done. I'm already done. I have my captions, okay? Attractive, KZK, woman, blah, blah, blah. Half of it is actually Quen, like how we trained the AI models. So I got 74 of these. So we're going to take those, and I'm going to put them in here in the curated folder. Oh, did we miss a couple? We missed a couple. Okay, I think we need like 4 more. Oh, no we don't. That's strange. Hang on. Yeah, that's weird. It just didn't do the last 1, 2, 3, 4. It just didn't do the last of them. We're on 82. It's very strange. Right, well, let's have a look at what they are. I mean, that one's pretty good. Do you know what? For the sake of 4 images, it's fine. This is just a curation folder. As long as I got the rest, that's the main thing. So what I'll do is I'll grab this 16:9 folder and call it... is it coffee time or stop dooming? Hang on. Coffee time, coffee time, coffee time, coffee time. Right, cool. We've also got a stop dooming folder because we love that gag around here. So we're going to call this one coffee time, and then I'm going to cut it. I'm going to put it in my custom node image prompts folder. All right. And this is like a theory. So coffee time, right? Now, when we go to, I think this is WAN now. When we go to WAN, normally we load an image for image to image, right? It does a pretty good job. Oh, that's a different one. She turned around this time. Okay. Good evening, Dragon. Welcome, welcome. So, yeah, basically, what have we got? Okay, so check this out. If I say image prompt v2, that one is sequential. So I should, if I press R, should be able to swap this around, get a preview so I can see what it is. Just put it on that side for now, I think. And oh yeah, coffee time. Okay, there it is. It's on sequential. Seeds at 0. So if I go, oh, not randomize. I want to do fixed first and then increment. Okay, so the difference is that we also get there we go. So now we've got a prompt and an image to feed in, which is nice. Okay, so I'm not using LoRa's at the moment. We're going to get to that. Okay, so but we've got a whole bunch of cool WAN LoRa's to check out. But what I want to do, I've been working on this little system for a little while here. Let's just clean that up so it makes sense. There we go. You can't do it because it's in the way. Hup. Okay, so without to stop you all squinting, that's what we get, right? So the next thing, of course, is making sure that it's like sane resolution. Now, I think if I remember right, it's either 704 by 360 or like 830 something. 836? No, 32. Oh. 832 by 480. I think that doesn't sound right, does it? That sounds way too big. Let me just double check this. I'm always having to ask Claude. The funny thing is, it's like this is a simple one. So I should say, what width is what width to the nearest divisible by 32? What? Divisible by 32 is the wait a minute. Yeah. Equals a height of 480 in 16 to 9. Come on, mate. 16 to 9 aspect ratio. So he says 864. So I was right. For some reason in my head I was like 832 because I thought I was 32 out. Oh well. Just got to trust it, I guess. Right, so 864 by 480. Now, hopefully I can handle that. So let's queue it up. And while these are cooking, we'll browse some of these LoRa's. New WAN LoRa's. I suspect most of them were trained with images, but some of them must have been trained with video. So anyway, are we like getting ready? Yeah, we're getting ready. Okay, so obviously my intention is to make some little coffee time animations for the coffee time break, right? That's the idea. Now, I haven't actually put the prompt in. I haven't actually put the prompt in. So it probably would help to actually put the prompt in. Like that. Yeah, the ones which have like a... Yeah, exactly. Some of them have to be video, yeah. So it looks like we'll go back on the seed and do this one again. There's a few things, though, which I'm concerned with. We don't want it to seem like there's nothing here that makes it video, if that makes sense. And sometimes just adding at the end, like, this appears to be animated footage or something. That's going to be important. But I figure we'll give it a test and find out. Oh, I don't even have a project file on this thing. WAN. There we go. Coffee time. There it is. So don't forget to do your project name. Right. So we're currently using WAN 14B 480p FP8. I think there might be a better one now that I could download as well, and they release a scaled version. Yeah. Hey, Full Dive, welcome, welcome, and Emily, welcome indeed. Hello, everybody. So glad you could all join us. So, like I say, I've done a little tweet today. First time we've done it. You never know. People might see it. Who knows? Maybe I should do it more often, right? We're here every day after all. So, like I said, this workflow will get posted as soon as we, see it's giving good results. But the difference with this one is, what I've done is, I've used Flux on a recent LoRa, and we've generated, here we go, look. So we generated the images, and I haven't upscaled these ones that we're using, because I figure they'd have to get crunched down anyway, so I didn't bother upscaling them yet. So we have Flux with a trained LoRa making the images, and then we take those images and we maybe prompt a scenario. Yeah, so this location, doing this action, wearing these clothes, but it's the same character in every picture. So different outfit, different location, same character. That's what we're going for. The only trouble I'm having is sometimes we get this anime style down, and other times it's not very good. It's like completely different. And I think we could probably solve that with an IP adapter that contains this one shot of the style that we want. I think that's how we could do it. So we were thinking about using the new Flux ControlNet model for doing variations, but apparently it does too much variation. So again, it might be need an IP adapter. But anyway, like in the last Thora demo video, we have a wide selection of styles, okay? So then what I've done then is I've taken these captions, put them with these images, and of course the way this workflow is working, it actually appends. So we've what is it? Yeah, essentially we've ended up with a text file for every image. So like a data set. Okay, so it's turned our collection of images that we like. I obviously deleted the ones I didn't like. I think 1 or 2 snuck through, but essentially curated our outputs and then captioned them like we would a data set. So now we end up with a video prompt. Yeah, we end up with a video prompt and an image. We put them into a folder. Like I said, I've got an image prompt node, and you put data sets in here, pair, image, caption, right? Some of them are quite old. Where's that new one gone? Coffee time. So if I pick that one, and then I pick the caption, it's describing that picture, but it's using the same trigger at the beginning as what the LoRa used to use. Now, K said K isn't going to do anything, because we haven't got a trained WAN LoRa, right? But if we did, and we use the same token when we train it, then I can use this as my first image when I do my image to video, right? And that's what we're testing. So it's a sequential loader. We have all the prompts for every image. So essentially it's a fire and forget tool, but you have to like do the prep. Seems like it's going really slow for some reason. It's probably because I made it big, didn't I? I made it bigger. And now it's going to take 25 minutes. Oh my god, it better be good. Yeah, to be fair, I did make it quite large. So I could probably take it down to 704 by 360 and that will increase the speed, but god damn. Even on a 4090, you're looking at 22 minutes. Like I said, better be good. Man, the amount of rage if you get a bad generation with this setup. Like I said, if I do square, it takes like 2 minutes. Maybe 5 at the most. 720 by 480. Yeah, do you know what? I don't care if this actually happens. Let me cancel it and try 720. It will be faster. It's not actually... hang on. You can't have 720 anyway. It doesn't divide. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Oh no, I tell a lie. You can. Okay. 736 and 720 are perfect. What if my width is... Tell me what the height is. I mean, oh, magic dragon of math. 416. Interesting. So it should be 405, but that's not divisible by 32. So you have to go a little bit bigger to 416. Alright, I'll take it. 416. I don't think it's actually stopped yet. Or maybe it did, I don't know. 6 minutes? Are you using wave speed and T-Cache and Sage? Or none of the above? Right. Let's just put this to 0 and go. It's alright. It's not the first time we've had to look at a long timer. We'll just do something else while we wait. And I kind of already know what that is. So, yep. We got a new section in the forums, which would be the WAN video LoRa sharing. Please be PG, because there are a lot of weird LoRas out there. So we got spinning everything. Then we've also got microwave rotation. And I like the look of that. That's cool. Very useful as well. because you might be able to use that to make 3D better. Who knows? But even so, it's cool. So yeah, I'm going to download that one. And then I saw people... You're on Sage with an A5000, right? I'm on a 4090. And I'm not using Sage. Okay, so you've got Hadouken, which is an interesting one. That's pretty funny. Alright. Then there's Ghost Rider, which turns you into Ghost Rider. It's pretty cool. I mean, I've already got an assassin, so I could have him have his head go on fire, which is kind of fun. But yeah, we're just going to grab a couple of these. What's this? I saw this one. Flying effect. I don't want to know. But basically, yeah, she's flying, okay? I mean, her. Off she goes. Some of them are like one-trick ponies, but that's okay. Like... I wonder if that was trained on the picture of the puppy. There's a viral thing about a puppy who gets this... It's a cake, isn't it? And then it cuts to what the dog's... Whoa. Okay. Photo background, oh. That's interesting. Interesting, right? It's interesting. Get one of them, see if it works. I wish I could see what their data set was, though. Oh my god, what is that? It's a different spinning one. It looks a bit weird and messed up. We've already got the other one, so maybe I'll come back to that. Steamboat Willie, someone did. That looks interesting. Okay. And then there's the deflate effect. This is sort of like that stuff we were seeing in some of the editors you had to pay for not so long ago. Yes. Not so long ago. Right, so let's get rid of all them for now. Okay, yeah, that's much faster when we put it to 720 by 416. Much faster. Like 6 minutes. Yeah. It was just obviously a little bit too big for the system. That's what happens. If you ask for too much, it's like I think it's because there are so many tiles. Like, it's weird though, because it doesn't have tiling here, and there's no tiling options. So I don't know, I mean, it's kind of hard to know. They change everything so often. Man, she's tempting me. It's not going to be new coffee time for ages. I'm still drinking the last one. But yeah, so there is a cliff edge. A cliff edge? Cliff edge Brexit? Oh no, not again. Oh, man, I thought that was all over. Up to the edge is fine, then 30 minutes. Ah, I see what you're trying to say. There's a cliff edge. So you go too big and suddenly it's like, yeah, 40 minutes. I had that happen with an H100 on Hanyuan when I was early testing it. I was just making them bigger and longer to see where the edge was. So yeah. Emily says, Remade is making some great ones. Seems to be copying all the paid service gimmicks. Yeah, good for them. Particularize WAN is what I do. Yeah, the particularize. I don't remember. Oh, I could have sworn I posted that one, but clearly not. So yeah, we've downloaded all dem LoRa's, so I guess I'll just put them in the right place. It's not the right folder. Right, here we go. Copy all of them and go to WAN Niji composite. Clever. So go to doodaloo. Okay, we've already got that link. Huh? Wonder why there's no captions. Oh, these are different ones. Ah, yeah, these are tall aspects, so I had to keep all of the wide aspect ones together. Yeah. Because if I'm gonna like automate them through like that, it makes more sense to keep aspects grouped. Gotta be careful with some of these images, man. Some of them are fine, really good actually, but like, you know how Flux be. Every now and it's trying to like. You know, make image more racier. I don't know. Right. Not human. So I wonder where all of the dooning stuff went, because for ages today we were messing around this morning. Ah, there's some of them. I think I went from, yeah, that's right. We started off with not human but pretty from yesterday. Someone made one of the comments from last show. And then we went from that to stop dooning. And these are coming out excellent, really nice. And then we went from that to coffee time. So yeah. Looks like only these ones. That was the last one. When we started going a bit more photo real. Oh, hello. We've got a video. Hey, it's coffee time. Should give it a bloke's voice. Hey, it's coffee time. But it says Coffee Tim because she got too close to the camera. Move over a bit. Stay in the shot. These AI actresses, man. You got to stay on your mark. All right, so we got one. All right then. Let's see what it can do. Yeah, so anyway, we were making these images, like I say, and the idea was to compress them into a new model. Essentially, it's like an image model, like an image data set, I should say, and then use that to drive the video. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm now looking for this image, to be here. That's what I'm looking for. And I want to know, like, how reliable is it? How well does it follow it? All that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, we're on our way. I probably just messed something up, haven't I? Comfy models, LoRa's WAN. Is it still? Yeah, I thought it might. I might have reset the buffer, but it's still there. All right, cool. So we can copy all of that. Now that's going to be slow because I'm running the video thing. So 5 minutes, I guess I'll take it off instant because I realized it took me a while. I was like, we do these copies while we're running it. Yeah, look, it's already put an extra minute on the timer just because we dared to try and do it. You're trying to do 2 copy jobs on the same hard drive? Don't be silly. But yeah, there's plenty more to do, so. think it's going to settle now. We're just looking at the number to see that it doesn't, like, you don't get scammed on the yeah, that's now paused. I think I got away with it. Right. So what are these laws then, huh? We got deflate and 360. So we managed to get 2 of them in beforehand. How much extra time does it take when you copy in coffee time? I don't know, but an impractical amount. I've just got to let this finish. If I let this finish, I can finish that, and then I can carry on doing what I was doing. Just one of those. Obviously, we were talking about Writers Club. That'll be coming up a little later on. We'll be looking at some story stuff, just like before. We never do enough story stuff because the other things just tend to sort of take the show time up, but we will be taking a quick look at that. See, what I want to do, in fact, maybe I could do this while I'm waiting. Yeah, that's what I'll do right now. Okay. So, we have prompts which enable us to do creative writing tasks, okay? But what I do is I write the story dry to keep the tokens down, and then I make the story wet, to use an audio production term, adding in various different things to the storyline after, page by page, each page being an actual chapter, because it's much longer than a page, right? And so what I want to do is I want to try and simplify that process by maybe creating a distilled agent which is a blend of all of them, and that's going to be tricky. Also, I need to write up the walkthrough. Now, if I don't have time to do that on the stream, I'll just find a time to do it in between. But yeah, essentially it's like step by step, because at the moment we don't really have a step by step. You have to have watched the show, and I think it's probably about 24 hours of content on this topic now. So it's like, oh yeah, just watch the live show. It's like, well, settle in. So I do want to make like a 20-minute breakdown for the main channel, and that was part of the show tonight, because, you know, I've been putting up rebrand, and to be honest, it's a big deal, but I've almost done it all. The Twitter's rebranded, the website's rebranded, the YouTube's rebranded, the Discord's rebranded. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple of things left which I've got to change, but we're almost there. And I do want to do a video about the rebrand, but it'll probably just be a short, because well, we'll see. Maybe I'll make it a proper video. It should be a proper video, right? Yeah. But the reality is it took 6 months to get the trademark approved, okay? So, like, I actually started this process last year, like, at the end of the summer. Obviously you don't really know if you're going to get it granted, right? So you just sort of have to sit on it for a while. But yeah, I'm glad it's happening, and hopefully, you know, it'll work out well. So how are we doing? 1 minute and 20. So to that effect, I'm going to start grabbing prompts from the GitHubs. They're all going to be in the Spitoonin version, in the prompts folder. In the prompts folder. Okay, so obviously we have the prompts that make the actual story. And I don't want to change this process because it works really well. I think that if I overloaded this, that would be a bad thing. But I have found since, like, we were making 40-page stories with this. You only need 6. It's incredibly powerful. What was the idea behind 5 below 5 UK? According to my calculations, it's 0. It is 0. You're right. 5 below 5 is 0, unless it's 5 out of 5, a fraction, which means 1. So if you have 5 below 5, it equals 0. But if you have 5 below 5, it also... Do you know what I mean? If you say 5 below 5, it also means 1. It means 1 and 0, which I thought was cool. Okay? Yeah. So, yeah, I thought it was cool. It was cool. But the problem is... Hang on, I'll show you what the problem is. Someone showed me this, and I didn't even know. I thought it was a cool little math thing, you know? 5 over 5 can mean 1 or 0, depending on your perspective. And I'm like, that's cool. Anyway, listen. If I search for... Hang on. Do I have an incognito mode on this? Can I do that? Yeah. If I say 5 below... Oh my god. 5 below 5. Okay. Someone showed me this the other day. Look. 5below5.com. Yeah? 5 Below. They're a brand. 5below.com. They're a brand. They're an online store. And they are in the UK now. But they were American. So, like, basically, they've started paying lots of money. Look, they've got 1 million followers on Instagram. How many? Yeah. What do we got? Only 15,000 subscribers, but somehow they're spending a lot of money. So basically, they're spending a lot of money on ads, and I can't match that, and it's killing my metrics. So it's like when I do well, but then most of the time I'm getting buried, guys. No one can find us. So that's the main reason. But to be honest, I have had this planned for a while. I don't know if you guys remember, but way back about a year ago now, maybe 6 months, I was doing a tutorial on web design and adding Shopify, and that was this. I don't know if you remember it. All the links are broken now, but as you can see, hats, shirts, but really it's educational materials, because that's what I do. I do, you know, I do public speaking at schools and colleges. I do consultations with businesses. And then I do, you know, whatever I can do on, you know, anything, really. Anything to do with AI. It's all consultancy work. Some people call them solutions architects. Some people call them innovation managers or directors or you can call it whatever you want, really. But yeah, so if you remember, I did a tutorial on web design with Claude projects and how to integrate, because you can buy these aren't just fake, you know, they're actual things you can buy. But yeah, and I just haven't been promoting any of it because we've only just activated it, basically. So this is still like this. I think this was generated with Claude projects, and then we integrated Shopify. And the thing is, this is running on our own server. This isn't on a, you know, like a platform. We just made this all ourselves in HTML and set up the server and the firewall and all the rest of it. So, SSL, you know. So yeah, let's just take us back. But yeah, I've moved the main site over now, and as I said, there's new features. I have to update the comfy page, but all the nodes are listed, all the gradios are listed, the games are back in the synth arcade, and all my albums are up. And the radio does work, even though it's on a different address. So that's strange. You know, it's complaining because it should be... The certificate is not for that. The certificate is for 5 below 5. But somehow it just works. See? Because we're listening to it right now. There isn't, you know what I mean? It's just weird. I think the way I moved it all, it's just... that's a little bit of a loose end I gotta fix. Let's do that. So 424 seconds it was in the end. Screw it. Ba-da-da-dum. Whoa. Okay, let's keep it zoomed out. It's alright. She's not even in a swimsuit. It's just... Do you know what? That's terrible. You've got to make it in a decent resolution. Otherwise, you get... Look at those... Look at that. You see what I was saying about how we're having to crunch our images down? It's not great. I mean, it's okay, but you can see how it fell apart because it was so small. That's weird how she just immediately turns around. It's kind of cool, though. Alright. Put a timer on the pause, download and pause it. But yeah, so 5 Below 5 was cool. I used it for years, or at least a year, and then we're changing it. It's not really going away. I still own it. What I'll do is I'll put a redirect on the old site to push you to the new one eventually. How am I running the radio? Is it also... Yeah, it's on a self-hosted server. It's running on Ubuntu. It uses something called Azurecast, which is an open source radio station software. And I got the LLM to step me through, even though I'd installed it in the past, like probably a couple of years before AI, because I used to use it for something else. I used to use it for something else. But the point I'm trying to say is, it'll step you through it, even if you don't know how to use SSH. You can say, hey, I need to connect my PuTTY terminal to my dedicated server. Please tell me what to do. I need to install Azurecast. And it'll be like, do this, do that. And then if you're like, oh, I can't do this, it gave me a problem, it'll be like, you can fix that problem with this, do that. It's actually amazing. These tools are like secretly super weapons or superpowers, however you want to look at it. I guess it's not so secret nowadays, but still people aren't thinking, you know what I mean? They're not thinking, oh, I'll get an AI to help me do the thing I can't do. It's not quite, you know? It's not quite in the public, like, you know, not like how people just pull a phone out. They're like, oh, just pull a phone out and look it up. I think AI will become like that. It'll be like, oh, I just need to check my agent. Do you know, I'm actually really surprised that no one's brought out, like, Bob.ai. He's your assistant. You log into him and he organises your life. I'm surprised no one's made, like, a Jarvis knockoff that works, you know what I mean? Like, at the moment, they all seem to have, like, a niche. They're not really a general assistants, you know? They're like, I help you with this. I help you with that. Even though I'm sure it could be a general assistant, you know what I mean? It just isn't. I wonder if it's... Because I know what will happen. If I make square images, it'll cut it off. So I've got to do... So it's weird, we're like right on the edge of it, because right here it takes about 6 minutes to make a video. I mean, I could make the video shorter. Right now it's 5 seconds long. What's 3 seconds? It's like 40 something. 48. Ooh, we could go for 48. Make it shorter. And then maybe we could make it bigger. Because we really need it to be 480. Oh, Google Studio has a Jarvis, does it? Okay, well, because that's one on my list of things to do. We're going to get the scuffed epoch stuff into Google Workspace. I think that's the same thing, right? I'm not sure. I've never used it. But yeah, so at 480, it was 864. Right, so I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to give it a go. It's like a jump. But we're not asking for as many frames, so I think it might work. Avatar talking head got backlash from the haters. Cortana. Cortana. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like that they... do you know how, like, sometimes... Do you remember some of the OpenAI demos? And they're, like, showing a bunch of stuff, going like, oh, look at this, look at this. And then, like, they show it, like, telling you about the room, talking to you about what it can see through the camera on the phone and stuff. And then, where's that? Where is that? I never saw it. Just saying. Just saying, I never saw it yet. Maybe we'll have to build it. 3 minutes and 20 seconds. See, this is why I need to be doing something on the side, you know, because it's like... Okay, so, best way to do it, right? So the best way to do what I want to do here. So what I want to do is I want to combine a bunch of my processors. So let me just see. Okay, so I have many prompts for processing of pages in various ways, using various methodologies. Using various methodologies to enhance narrative prose stories. Okay. I have many prompts for the processing. Okay. We can combine them into a single unified prompt which will carry out the same functions in the same order using a single prompt. This will reduce the token cost and improve the contextual awareness of the tool process. Because at the moment we're kind of like, it's like, imagine I've got a roll of dough and I've rolled it out and then I get the roller and I roll it. The problem is right now it gets longer, right? So I've rolled it, it gets longer. The problem is I've got 5 rolling pins. So it's going to go roll, 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 roll. And then it's so thin, it's actually a problem. It's over-rolled. And the original storyline is like, where's the story? It's just all the rest of it. And I think that if you do it all at once, it'll be better. Reducing the original narrative from being drowned out by the enhanced story details. And it's going to be preventing, not reducing, preventing the original narrative being drowned out by the enhanced story detail. There. Okay. So now I need to actually start giving him the prompts, right? So I'm going to say 1. Expansion. 2. Golden shadow. 3. Smoothing. 4. Repetition sniper. 5 action enhancer. Right, hang on. Okay, so straight away it's the wrong way around. Action enhancer, it should be there, and then this should be there, but then it doesn't smooth that, so no, that should be here. I think that's because this is one of the reasons why I want to combine it, because I'm like, damn. It's like I've been trying to get the order. I've been experimenting with different orders and stuff, and yeah, it's quite confusing. Right. Wow, that is ridiculously long. It doesn't need to be that long at all. Okay, but it didn't come out too bad. So we'll try it with bigger but shorter. So 49 length, 864 by 480. Let's see if it blows up. Yes, 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 yes. Correct, chat, correct. You're not wrong, guys. I share the sentiment of the chat. To be honest, Dragon Ball Z is still fine. To be honest, Dragon Ball Z isn't that... Do you know what I mean? Dragon Ball Z wasn't a problem. It's when they start injecting a bunch of stuff that's going to be dated in 10 years. Yeah? Like, just saying. Like, can you, like, okay. I don't remember there being a goth kid. Maybe yeah, whatever. There's no point, because we're like, oh, well, he looks a bit gothic. It's like, not really, though. I don't know. I think you can go too far with all that stuff. So, anyway, yeah, 5 minutes it's going to take, and it's going to be 3 seconds, but a little bit bigger, because I think really you need a minimum of 480, because, you know, that's the recommended size. It's got to be some combination of 640 by 480, I think. So we're kind of asking for a bit much here. I'll have to look into that, actually. Am I using the 720 model? No, I'm using the 480 model. Ah, do I have the 720 model? Not the image-to-image one. Oh, but I've got the 720 in Q4. I've got the 720 in Q4. We might have to give that one a blast. No, I just mean, like, there have been cartoons made in the last 10 years and they're going to be horrifically dated in like 10 years. It won't take long. Be horrifically dated. I think Rick and Morty will do okay. That was kind of like that was kind of like a rogue property that managed to get made, you know what I mean? And you know what happened? They kicked the guy off the show. They kicked him off his own show. It's just very typical of the last 10 years, you know? Can you imagine coming up with a franchise and, like, you know, managing to get on a major network and all of that, and then suddenly you're out? I was like, what? And it turns out it was all over nothing. It was false charges or whatnot. I don't know what the deal is, okay? I thought the show was cool, you know. But you have to separate the art from the artist, I think. You know? Like, my chef doesn't need to be a saint, but if he can cook a good meal, that's what's important. I don't know. It's one of them, innit? You get into all kinds of stuff. Right, where were we? Expansion, golden shadow, action, enhancer, smoothing, repetition, sniper. Okay, so now I'll say expansion. And then I've just got to pray that it doesn't get set off before I'm done. You know? So what I'm doing right now is I'm putting everything into XML tags because the AI does understand XML tags. And it understands like simple syntax like, you know, this. It knows it's got two words, right? There's little tricks. You mean they didn't even really, it's not even really a trick, you know, it's just logic, I guess. Like in the literal sense, in the programming sense. It understands certain things, and that that implies certain things. Because of the way it was trained, it's looking for patterns. So you give it a pattern, and you'd be surprised at what it will do once you give it a pattern. So obviously what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of my prompts into each of these, which hopefully isn't too long. Hopefully. It probably will be. But yeah, so let's see. Page expansion 3. We're going to copy that one. That one will fit. Oh, you nutcase. There we go. The golden shadow is very long though. So I think what I'll do is I'll do the action enhancer first. Where is the action? There we go. Oh, that one's pretty long too. See what I mean? Action enhancer. It went into the attachments. Right. Okay. Okay, we'll do it like that as well. Because it's just too big, guys. Golden Shadado. Golden Shadado. This one's a good one. It'll find bits that you didn't even know were already in your story. I love it. It's really nice. See, the thing is, people say to me, oh, you know, oh, it's not your story and stuff. And I'm like, listen, I've been writing my own stories and knowing how they finish forever. With this, I can write the end of the story and I don't know how it started. I get to actually have that same experience reading the story without really knowing the full details as a reader does, which is nuts. I've never had that before. I've never written a book which I didn't know, which I couldn't wait to read because I didn't read it yet. You know, I defined the rules of what could be written and then I let chaos fill in the gaps. So it's my characters acting as they should in the world I defined. Blah, 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 blah. I've said this many times, but, and then you even get to, it's more like it's more like sculpting. It's more like sculpting. And if anybody says that they published their first draft, they're lying. Every writer has to edit a draft, and it's a joy to edit the draft. That's all I can say, and that's something I couldn't, you know, it's been a bit of an effort to do the edit. The writing isn't easy, but the editing has been harder, and this made the editing easier. So I don't know. There's something about it. It's not really the same. It's a bit like that vibe coding thing, but the writer's equivalent, you know. All of those guys have come around now. They've figured out what it is, you know. And I think the same thing will happen here, because we're not building a bridge to nowhere. We're building a small bridge in reverse, so we know where we came from. So much easier. What's this? I'm just looking at the chat. ChatGPT looks into patterns to ban me. Oh my god. Always arguing with it. And then it stops. Yeah, it does. It does. He'll be like, oh, I've detected that you're angry. I'm just going to stop this conversation. Yeah. Yeah, Dragon, you will enjoy it. If you get this set up, you'll see it works really nice. So, right. Have I downloaded this story action scene enhancer? Yes. So now what we need, we've got the action enhancer. I need the smoothing prompt. Now, I actually made a smoothing loop recently, but I'm going to use... I'm just going to use, because the thing is with the loop, you have to do a load of specific file names and stuff, so it knows when to start and stop. So I'll just use the page version. Oh, nice, that went in. Okay, and then the repetition sniper. Repetition sniper. That one. Not the loop. See, the loop, as I said, shows you how to make it a loop, and you can do the whole book in one go, not entering every time for every page. Ah, crap. Hey! Copy the file. Hey, there we go. Right, now there's one left, which is the Golden Shadow. Golden Shadow Restoration. Download that. Put that in there and say Golden Shadow Restoration. And if you're interested in this, I'm going to be putting up a big old mini site which has got links on the... It'll be on the GitHub under the main repo, but it'll have links to all of the books. I wrote a bunch of demo books so you can see what happened with each process. So, you know, we've got the what it looks like after doing the expansion, what it looks like after doing the shadow, what it looks like after doing the action enhancer, what it looks like doing... I might have done it in a different order, but you'll be able to read that. Also, we started using Gemini Pro, or whatever the hell it's called, Gemini Flash 2. And it's free! Isn't that amazing? I couldn't believe it. I think I used all my free tokens up, because I was doing so many experiments, but I think I'd written the entire book like 3 times by then with different options. So, I was really impressed with that. Okay, so there are all of my different modes. That's all my things. Okay, so we better give them a little bit more here. At the bottom, no, we'll do it at the top. So I'll say, some of these prompts can automatically process a page at a time, incrementing through all pages found in a folder. However, to simplify the process, the challenge, the task of combining these into a single narrative enhancer, I only need these prompts to process a single page from a story, although the directory containing all the pages is available if needed for reference, evaluation to determine actions. Yeah. I have many prompts for processing of pages using various methodologies to enhance a narrative prose. We can combine these into a single unified prompt which will carry out the same functions in the same order using a single prompt. This will reduce token cost and improve the contextual awareness of the process, preventing the original narrative from being drowned out by the enhanced story detail. Some of these prompts can automatically process a page at a time, incrementing through all pages found in a folder. However, to simplify the task of combining these into a single narrative enhancer, I only need these prompts to process a single page from a story, although the directory containing the pages is available if needed for reference or evaluation to determine action. As needed. Cool. So the process is expansion. No. That's not what I do, actually. That's like doing the upscale first. I don't do the expansion first. Oh wait, no, I don't do it right. Okay, so this is something interesting I'm hitting on. With Claude 3.7, you can't do expansion first because he's so wordy. He's already written so much. If you do expansion first, the cost is going to be massive to do the rest, so I tend to do it last. But then with O3 Mini, it only wrote 3 paragraphs, so I had to do expansion first. But then with Gemini Flash, I didn't do expansion until after Golden Shadow and Action. And I think most people are going to be using that because it's basically free or a third of the cost. No, it's like... actually, it's 25 times cheaper. So yeah, we'll change the order. And we'll do the upscale after the action enhancer, maybe. Wait. No. It's got to be before the action enhancer. Yeah. Whoa! Because the action enhancer can do stuff like slowing down time, and you don't want to be having like a 2x and then slow that down again. So yeah, I mean the other. Sorry, you don't want to 2x a slow motion scene. It'd be like, what's the name of that guy that does the that movie recently with the corn? It was like half the movie was just corn. They were just slow motion farming. But yeah, Golden Shadow, expansion, action enhancer, smoothing, and repetition, and then it has all of the prompts. Golden restoration dot text. All right, go. Unified narrative enhancement, huh? That really rolls off the tongue. Unes. I should change the O. I should change it to an O somehow and call it Uno. Reverse. There you go. Boom. Says, can't you make 2 agents? Yeah, the problem, Full Dive, is I had 10. If you look in my folder, so everything after the 20-page story is technically an agent prompt. So it's like I've got like you know, people used to go, oh, Hollywood, it's just a bunch of writers in a room. Yeah, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's the same one, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So I got 22 writers in a room right here. Electrolab says, Discord moderates opinions, or is it just self-censorship? You, of course, don't need to be mean for no reason, but I never heard of a Discord itself removing your views. Oh, right. Well, no. It can. It can happen, but it can happen due to a number of reasons. There's levels. 1, it got removed by a staff. Oh, no, sorry. A mod of a group. 2, it got removed by a bot. 3, it got removed by a staff. 4, it got removed by a legal takedown. All of these things exist. But I don't know. The way I look at it, I have no real interest in any of that stuff. Because it's like, you know, like, put it this way. let me ask you a question, okay? Because I don't do politics, and I'm going to give you a little rare thing here. You can clip this, okay? If you knew that Mars bars or Coca-Cola or whatever it was going to be going off sale forever in about 5 years' time, would you buy it? So whatever the political flavour is right now, give it 5 years. It's off the shelf forever. And that's just normal. So that's my attitude. Just, you know, maybe just slow it down a bit. Because it's all so hyped and fast, isn't it? And I think there's more important things you could be doing in your time. You could be more productive. You could be more expressive. And I believe it's all a distraction to stop you from achieving whatever greatness you are supposed to achieve. It's all a distraction. You know, because money was never the problem. Time was the problem. And you waste time by following topics that are, quite frankly, a snake eating its own tail. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's what's the endless thing everyone's supposed to be angry about? You would have forgotten about it in 5 years. It'll be something else. And so I say, harness your potential, take that wasted time and turn it into productivity. Use AI, and now you've just gone 10x on whatever project you were going to take. If it took you 10 months, now it takes a month. So, like, you know, a project that would have taken you 10 years will take you a year with AI. People aren't thinking big enough yet. And I think all this stuff is just a distraction, you know, unless you can use it. And I think that's why a lot of people are, because they're using it, aren't they? You know what I mean? Because that's part of the game on the social media with the trending and all the rest of it. And I'm not going to go down that route right now, but this is my attitude. What was the guy with the famous, he was the guy with the famous painting of the tin of tomato soup. He was the famous guy, and he said, while everyone's arguing about what it is, while they're all worrying about this and that, just keep making art. Just when they're all complaining about it's not legal, when they're all saying that you shouldn't be allowed to do it, just keep making art. Just keep making art. So yeah, that's it. That's my little aside. And you know what? I'm well overdue for my coffee time, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug another one of these. It's not bad, not bad. Plug another couple of those. And then I'm going to give you the current coffee time ad while I get myself some coffee. Andy Warhol, thank you, Full Dive. That's the man, Andy Warhol. Coffee time, ladies and gents. Yeah. All right. More engine swaps. Yeah. Crazy. It's crazy. More engine swaps. Engine swaps? You can't do that. It's not allowed. You're not supposed to do an engine swap. Oh, you're supposed to scrap it and get walking. Let's see, we're back. Hello everyone, thank you very much. So, coffee, right? It's still making that one. It's lagging a little bit. Oh no, wait, that's just the beginning of the video, so she barely moves. Got it. Okay, cool. So let's have a look at that prompt, because it looks like there's another minute 30 before this one finishes. Okay. So like I say, super chill tonight. Huh? Oh, that's a bit close. I think I'll be alright. So anyway, I've given it like, what, 5 prompts? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I gave it 5 prompts and I said, make it one thingy. Okay. Streamlined workflow, system processes, enhancements in logical sequence, contextual awareness, preservation of narrative integrity, reduced token usage, balanced enhancement. See, the thing is, right, you might be thinking, what do you mean token? What do you mean, right? Single prompt. Because there's all these files that you're referring to and they all have to get loaded too. So if you have to do 5 passes with 5 prompts that all use the same input, you're going to be doing like it's going to be like 8 million tokens up and 40,000 back. And hey, look, that's fine, but it could have just been 2 up and 40 back. So it's like you could, that's quite a significant reduction. Do you know what I mean? You're talking, 75% cheaper to do the same job. So this is the idea. System prioritizes improvements that serve the story rather than overwhelming it with unnecessary detail, because this is the problem that was happening. It's like, imagine you get an image, you upscale it, and then you upscale it, and then you upscale it, and then you upscale it, right? And so then it's like, what's left of the original story? It's almost like that boat. Yeah, it's like the boat. So we had a boat, right? And then we upscaled it and gave it new sails. And then we did the inner thoughts and we gave it a new cabin. And then we, and then we went through and smoothed it. So now it's got a new hull. It's like the boat's gone. Yeah. Token usage, that's a thing of the past, mate. Gemini 2. Well, yeah, if you're paying for it, yeah. And to be fair, it is cheap. See, I've started rewriting everything for Gemini, not because it's smarter than Claude, because it isn't, but because it's got a bigger context window. And that means we don't have to do a page at a time, we can do loops. And like I said, if I show you the difference, like I said, the loops. So here's the smoothing prompt. Looks like that. We're not going to linger on it because I'm just going to go straight to the smoothing prompt, which the loop version, which is identical. The only difference is I've said this bit at the end. Once we are finished, we can repeat the task with the remaining pages. A list of the files that are all in the same folder I already loaded in. Yeah. When the task is complete, when you have allowed the smoothing agent to process each page. So my plan is I'm going to dog this on the end of the unified narrative enhancement system. I need to change the name as well. It's not smart. I'm going to call it Uno Reverse. We're going to figure out a way of making it work. It's in reverse because of the inversion of the narrative spittoon. So I can do that. So unified narrative something, all right? We will rename operator, unified narrative operator, Uno. We will rename this agent to Uno Reverse, unified narrative operator. So silly. Reverse because we write pages from the end to the start. Okay. It's like, no you don't. You can do it forwards as well. Yeah, you can. You can do it forwards as well. We will rename this agent to Uno Reverse. When Drift says loops, it's setting off my Alexa. Loops. Pass me the loops, brother. I need more loops. Setting my Alexa off. Probably got just the right way of saying the word. You must be real close to me. Okay. Look at that. It's beautiful. Oh, Uno Reverse Unified Narrative Operator. Getting chills, guys. So let's just copy that and add it to the thing, because I'm not going to waste time. Upload. No. Add a file. And if you don't spot this, well... In fact, hang on, is this an MD file? I think it is an MD file. It is an MD file. Ah, you're very close to me and no, you're not going to dox me. Hang on a minute. When you say close to me, what do you mean? You haven't got one of my sproglets running around, have you? You should have told me. I'm just kidding. Alright. Right. That'd be a strange way, wouldn't it? That'd be a strange way to become estranged. Yeah. Okay. So what do we got then? Daily art stream. Did we actually get anybody look at that tweet? Probably not. I guess I got to pay for it. We got 10 people looked at it. So it was an experiment. I tell you what though, it was more successful than boosting that model from the other day. Remember how we said we were going to... There was a bidding thing now? Look on it, right? New day, new bid. So that means every day the auction gets reset. Right? And it's over. And I got nothing as well. Isn't that amazing? So you can put 10k down like I did yesterday. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because you're just... and it did nothing as well. That was the best thing about it. When I looked, it didn't get me any down... It got me 0 downloads. Okay. So what are we doing next? Well, this is fun. And this is good. And Uno Reverse has been posted. So I haven't used it yet. Alright. But I'm pretty sure it'll be good. What? What the hell? Yeah, it's a total money pit, full dive. It's a total money pit. What the hell is this running? This is funny. Just let it do its thing, I think. Okay, advanced literally thing. Determine the page's position in the large narrative. Identify, assess, enhancement, golden shadow, resurrection, enhancement, shadow, environmental expansion, action scene enhancement when applicable, prose smoothing, repetition elimination, implementation protocol, preservation, integration, quality control, operational workflow. Read the full page, cross-reference with available story, identify enhancement technique, apply them in sequence, review enhanced text, deliver the page. La-di-da-di-da. That's pretty good. Alright, let's adapt it. It's time to adapt it. So we'll do a new folder, and it's going to be in the same place. Tools. And we'll call it Uno Reverse. Select. It will click. Yes. And wait. Yeah, that's the one. So I'm just going to do as if I'm brand new, right? So I'm brand new. I've got my client. It works. It's set up to the wrong agent. So let's set it up back to Gemini. Gemini Flash 2.0 Lite 01, I think, is the one I go for. And click off and then change the other one. Gemini Flashlight, Gemini 2 Flashlight 01. That's what I've been using. Christ. There's that. Right. So, if I have a look in here, I haven't got anything. Do you know what I mean? What am I going to do? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to open up a terminal and we're going to say git clone Control-Shift-V usually. Now we've got Spittoon inversion. So if I go CD, let's go inside Spittoon inversion and have a little look around. So we've got our default prompt, right? We all know about that. I'm going to do a change here. I'm going to change this to page 6 because I'm going to use a 6-page narrative to get us started. But we are going to transform this page. So if I go to Claudage, if I just go to Claude and I just say this is the final page. Oh, I don't even need to do that. Right. The end. Right. Hello. Up. Right. There it is. If I go from here, right? Gold Diggers Nightclub. Hey, I just, all of the music I made, I love exploring different genres. This is one of my favorites. It's like a glitch hop funk style. And I have now, I think I got like over 220 tracks on Spotify now in various albums doing different genres and whatnots. But yeah, I've been into all kinds of stuff over the years. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that prompt, which I told you I already wrote, right? Did I put it in the wrong place? Yeah, I did. I put it in the wrong place. Look, me, clever. Me, clever. It's supposed to be in prompts. So if I go into prompts, I've got a page variation. So I want to show you, you know what I mean? You can do this yourself. You don't need to be, you don't need to know, because that's the trouble. There's a lot of grokking and people don't explain everything. And so what I try to do is I try to give you all the pieces that you need. So, okay, we're going to put it on thinking mode. So he's going to give us a different version of the final page. In the end, the secrets of New Chinatown. What? What's New Chinatown? We've got a new city. Zhang. Who's Zhang? I should say Jiang. Who's Jiang? Tomorrow, I'd submit my findings. Oh no, it's still Morales. It's still Morales. It's still the main guy. Alright, cool. So we've got our new last page. Yeah. Copy that. So like I said, I'm going to do a full write-up on all of this. But what we've basically done is we've just created a new last page. That's all we did, all right? Because we're going to write this in reverse. That's why it's called Spittoon Inversion. Spittoon is all of your characters, ghostwriting, the actual Spittoon rules, the speech, all of that stuff, the world. And I include a complete set that you can just get started with. A complete example book blueprint, right? Which can be adjusted. You can change all of the details in here. Everything's there. It's all linked in the default instructions. So if I take my 6-page story prompt like this, go into Klein like this. Now it's always a good idea just to make sure that this prompt is set up. What the hell just happened? Oh, it's in full screen. So it's a good idea to make sure, see, look, that's not the correct path. Even though it should be. Do you know what I think has happened? Let me just close it and reopen it. Sometimes when you clone a project, it hasn't indexed the files. There we go. So now I bet if I do the same prompt and say I get this here, if I type back, see that? So it is correct. That's the correct path. Same here. If I go like this, back one, see, nothing found. Because we changed it to page 6. See, and that confirms it's linked, right? So again, page 6. We know the project is correct. Okay, and obviously if we're going to start from... why am I changing it to page 6? Hang on. It should be page 5. I'm a twat. See, there's a page 0, okay? You can forgive me. There's a page 0. All right. So we want 6 pages. So 0 to 5 is actually 6, all right? Let me off. Okay. So yeah, it is page 5. So there was no need to change anything in the prompt. It was just good. You could just use it out the box. And then I broke it. Could have sworn there was 2 places that linked the page. Yeah, there. Okay, so now I've unbroken the prompt, which was just fine. Nice and confusing. Yeah, to be honest, Dragon, you might like my Jazzy, which combines jungle, jazz, and drum and bass. Wait, what? Yeah, I had a lot of fun with genre fusion. Right, so let's get on with it. So we've got the end. This is the end, and that's not word wrapped either. So that's, probably wondering why. Well, that doesn't make no sense. It's because it's going off the edge of the screen. Okay, so, oh my, what the heck? Look at this. So read the instructions. Read the content. Reverse the hero's journey. Ah, right. I'm starting again. I'm going to start again. Because I don't want to do the hero's journey. We always do the hero's journey, but we can do better than the hero's journey. Hang on. Hero's journey is easy. We want to do something fun. Right then, boys. Ladies and girls, boys and gentlemen, I want to see something interesting to do this time. Oh! Unfounded claims. A false hero presents unfounded claims. That one could be quite cool. Or transfiguration. A hero is given a new appearance. That would be cool. Struggle. Hero and villain engage in direct combat. That could be cool. Oh, thanks, Dragon. I really appreciate that, mate. I'm like a big House fan, to be honest. I like House, you know. UK Hard House. Right, so Kurt Vonnegut. Man in Hole. What? Man in Hole. From bad to worse. Do you know what? The last time I wrote a story that wasn't the story wheel, the AI rated it down because it didn't have a good ending. And I was like, hey, they don't always have to be a good ending. Sid Field's paradigm uses setup, confrontation, resolution. Interesting. George Polte's 36 dramatic situations. Yeah, you should not put the genre in the main prompt. Yeah, I put it in the main. Wait, are you talking about music? Hang on. Hang on. Wait, what? Have fun inventing the book. When they come for you, there will be no one left to protest. That sounds scary. I don't even know what that means. But yes. I'm just going to say yes. Right. So yeah, I just like the idea of trying a different story than the hero's journey. Because every time we've done it, it's been a really cool outcome. The writing. Oh. Right. I get it. I'm not really, yeah, we're not inventing the book. We're just, this is like a new way of writing, which is sort of, it's different. It's different, that's all. And I think that you need to empty the dog. Makes you sound like you just hold it out the window and wait. I don't judge. I don't know. You know, dogs are beautiful things. Right, so discovery of the dishonor of a loved one. Obstacles to love. Conflict with a god. Man, that's crazy. And then we've got the 20 master plots. I think we did one of these before. And it had a bad ending. Yes. Rivalry, was it? I think it was, we did Rivalry once. That was good. Ooh, all is lost. The protagonist experiences a major setback. The bad guys close in. So this is Save the Cat. Right. Okay, yeah. Mr. Super Fake Name or Redial was telling me all about this. We've used Save the Cat before, so I can't use that again. Why done it? Why done it could be interesting. And then there's Dan Harmon's story circle at the bottom. Dude with a problem. Ordinary person faces extraordinary circumstances. I think probably the 36 and these ones, the 36 and the 31, those are the most interesting. Struggle. Rescue. Let's do struggle, because it's going to be interesting. Hero and villain. I don't even know who the villain will be. It's going to figure that out. So, close that. Do it again. Like I said, that cost me half a penny, less than half a penny to get that far. So I'm okay with it. So here's our 6-page story. So I'll copy the 6-page story. 5 and 4, 0, 5 and 4. Cool. And we'll set it up. So, you know, I made a right pig's ear of explaining how to do this quickly, but basically it's like we cloned it, we did a variation of page 5, because then we get a different story, but it's the same characters, same locations, okay? And then I used a 6-page prompt to set this up. But you see where it says here, use the hero's journey in reverse. We're literally just going to change that to use the struggle hero and villain engage in direct combat. That's it. It knows what it is. You don't need to spoon feed it because it knows what it is. Oh, hang on, we got a problem. He's saying I don't know what the file is. Hang on. Oh, you. It's there. Look, it says here, I've read the thing, project instructions. Hang on, what's going on here? Look, it says here, I need to understand the context of page 5, since the content is not available. Can you read at page 5? Question mark. Excuse me, stop. Okay, I have the content now. You got to watch out for that. So now he's got the setting, he's got the characters, he's got the plot, he's got the tone, he's got the struggle element. Now he can start. Location, I'll choose a thing, abandoned time dilation facility. So it's going to be a bit more sci-fi than usual by the looks of it. Chrono Assassins. This is all Gemini. So I've read page 5, I have a clear picture of the story's ending. I will now write page 4, which will describe the events leading up to the climax. Based on the information I plan to choose a location, define characters, develop the plot, introduce the struggle. Okay, I just want to see if he's managed to get the, you know, the bit. The struggle is implied to be a combination of physical, the fight at the time dilation facility, and internal, Morales sings moral compromises. Okay, this looks good. Because really what I need to do is generate the first 5 pages, which are going to be relatively lean, okay? 2,300 characters for page 4. Now he's doing page 3. $1,700 characters for page 3. And it's dry. If you look, it's dry. It's kind of hard to see it as it's flashing past, but it's just text, stage direction, the most minimal of setup detail. It's mostly a script with, like, I call it dry. It's the bare bones, the business of the story. And obviously this needs to be embellished. But look at that. It's done. We're finished. We've written up, you know what I mean? This is the skeleton. And what we're going to do is we're basically going to, like, 3D print using the next process. Now, if you're wondering, well, this is all just random. It's not just random. It's all defined in the default project file. So, who are the characters? Everything about them. How do they talk? Their speaking patterns. Things they say. The world itself in detail. The ghostwriting style rules, okay? So you can reverse this off your own work. You can distill and invert with your own work and make this document from your how you write if you want. or from a combination of famous writers that you like. Holographic Tutor, this is a tool set which enables you to do review, score, critic and weaknesses. So it's like a tool set, everything you need to take your story to the next point. Narrative Spittoon is based on a masterclass by the South Park writers, because, but, therefore. So we're doing that in reverse. It's one of the reasons it works so well. Never and then, always, because, but, therefore. And then we made extra documents which the AI can read, which aren't they're not very human readable. But as you can see, this sets the general tone for all characters that aren't named. This is a flowchart which shows the city layout. This is a glossary of terms which only, you know, like meta words that only make sense, like frack in Battlestar Galactica, you know. And then this is, what's this? Investigation procedures. This is an actual how to investigate procedures in different parts of the city and what equipment you need. And yeah, it's kind of like standard operating procedures, SOPs, for the Westwick Police, just to spicing it up and give it a little bit of technical accuracy, right? Locations, all the locations, a very brief description, you know, bits and pieces, landmarks, the stilts, you know what I mean? So this is like all of your locations for The Wire, you know. Lunar technology, so this is the sci-fi-esque bit. So now it's like, it's not just going to make stuff up, it's going to use the same name every time in context. Narrative hooks. We have some murder mysteries which may or may not be in your story. And obviously you can add to or remove these. And this is my example of one of the books could be one of these. So every time you write a book, you can add to that. And then power structure. So this would be a flow chart showing, you know, the government at the top and the underground resistance hidden in the depths at the bottom. And then another one for technology. Now these are created with a prompt. All right. We've got a prompt for this. You can reverse it from data, just like everything else. You can do a scrapage from the net, summarize it, and then compile it into the JSON or Mermaid, depending on, right? So you don't have to write this stuff out. It will create it based on your work or what you present it with. So anyway, long story short, we've got our story, page 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So page 1 is about 1,000 characters. So again, if this was Claude, you'd be looking at about 5,000, 6,000 characters, okay? So what I would like to do is test our new Uno reverse system with this. So we'll start with page 0. So I'm literally just going to copy into a new prompt, go to plan, and now we've got to find out where we can actually tell it what to do, because at the moment it's a general agent. And so in order to make it clean, all we have to do, here we go, when presented with a story page, and I'm just going to link it right there. It seems to be the cleanest way to do it, because at the moment, whoops, I just knocked the mic, sorry about that. It seems to be that when you have a general prompt like this, you can enter it, and then in the next convo you can attach, right? Or you can attach and say analyze this, right? But when we do it this way, we make him only look at the thing we want him to look at. So I'm going to say page 0, like that. And then I just need to make sure that we haven't missed anything here. Uno reverse. When presented with a story page, there it is. Now, hang on, I need to go down to the very bottom. I'm going to see if I can automate this on the first go, okay, for fun. So remember I told you it's that final prompt to make it a loop. And this works with Gemini. So look, if I just take that there, this should work. If I just take that and slap it in the end, like that. So once we are finished, we can repeat the task with the remaining pages. Because remember, it's starting, and in fact, I need to edit these. They're not called enhanced, these ones. That's just situational. They're called whatever you call them, you know what I mean? But there. Oh, here we go, guys. Oh, man, I'm actually, like, excited. I don't know what it's going to... Come on, my guy. Oh, boy. This is going to be a tough one. Is it crashed? It feels like... Hang on. I forgot. He doesn't do plan and act mode very well. Okay. Off you go, mate. Oh, diff. Replacing file failed because search block did not match. That's weird. Maybe I needed to close it and open it again so it actually, you know, relogged all the new files. No, it's fine. It's fine, it's working. It doth protest much, but she still does the work. Look, he's doing it. Look, he's doing it. Look, if I just go back, because it's going too fast. Right. So, I will check. I'll start with the first sentence. The first change was successful. I will now expand description of the convoys. I will now expand description of the office. I will now address the repetition of always. I have now completed page 0. Uh-oh. Ah, okay, so Golden Shadow was Kai and the Syndicate. Environmental expansion was Office and Com. Pro smoothing and repetition elimination of the word always. So it's working, it's working. So what's the stats? Man, we would have been like... I'm just going to let it keep going. I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I don't want to get too excited because this is like ridiculously cheap, by the way. Like 1 cent. You can't do anything for less than 20 cents with Claude. Like, you could maybe plan, but you can't execute. Wow, it's not like... see, it hasn't drowned it. It hasn't drowned the story in a ridiculous amount of, you know, prose. Oh, this is really promising, guys. Memory crystals. High-value stuff. Someone wanted them bad. Morales Singh knelt beside the body, the rain plastering his trench coat to his back. He knew this was just the beginning. Love it. Behind the noodle bar, the usual. Haha, there's another dead guy. How much tokens and working with Gemini Free? Yeah, it does work with Gemini Free because I used Gemini Free thinking before to do this. It was 211,000 tokens up, 2,500 down, which is... And we've only done 1 page, mind. But this would be, like, considerably different. And I've only used 23 context window. Look, I haven't even touched it. 23,000 out of 1 million. The only thing is it didn't do the loop. So how about I say do what did it say? Next do, yeah, we did this before, didn't we? Next do at page 1 and then chat, and then no matter what he says, put him in act, because he has a little bit of problem with act, and he doesn't do it the same as Claude, put it that way. Look, the 2 big guys are underdeveloped. The corroded anchor should be expanded. The alley, the noodle bar, and the corroded anchor could be expanded. Action scene enrichment, knocker, not applicable. Oh, this is doing great. Vascular Gamatron, how them veins doing tonight? Popping right out? Yes. We just created Uno Reverse, the unified narrative operator. So, yeah, we're having a great time. I've basically combined 5 of my agents into 1, and we've reduced the amount of we've reduced the cost of writing and enhancing your story by like 24 times, something like that. It's somewhere between 20 and 25 times cheaper, and it has all the same ability. And you know what's more? Wait, has he even done anything? Hang on. Yeah, he's written it. Wait. Yeah, he's written it. I was just making sure. So, like, it's not like it was before. See, when you write a story and then you do a process on it and you do another process on it and you do another process on it, it gets really obese. So, like, the word, when you were reading it, you were like, oh, my God, it's like John Grisham describing a backpack in in a military drama, okay? It was like over the top. So I thought, well, what we do is we do it all at once. Yeah, I'm glad your dog's emptied, Dragon. Congratulations. The dog is now 5 pounds lighter. So, you know, better out than in. That's what I say. It's alive. Yeah, it's true. The Frankenstein prompt. Hey, man, look, it works. So if I go to plan and then I say do, or this is such a fun, I can't believe this works. Next, do page 2. Off you go. No need to start a new task. It'll only put all of the up files up again. There's no point. Just see, with Claude, it's different because he I don't know what it is. There's something about Claude. I think he might actually read the files more than Flash does. I think Flash is skim reading, but I can't prove it. His bowels are finite, but his bladder is infinite. Sounds like a classic doggo. Okay, off you go. So he's going to read page 2 and he's going to do contextual assessment, enhancement, evaluation, and then apply. Is there any action? Oh, look at this. The appearance of the figures at the end could be enhanced. Nice. We've got some action enhancement. So Mr. Way is introduced. The informant is underdeveloped. The syndicate's methods could be expanded. Corroded anchors interior expanded. Appearance of the figures at the end. Some sentences could be improved for flow. No obvious repetitions. Wow. See, that's the other thing as well. Less text, lower chance of repetition. So yeah, we're definitely popping out vascular. Golden Shadow expanded. Expansion enrichment done. Where's the time to move statement? Time to move before they find us. Yep, done. Next. Next. Do page 3. Whoops. Page 3. Like that. Act. Right. And that is coffee time, ladies and gents. Oh, dee dee. Oh, diddly dee dee dee. I missed it. What are you doing, Gemini 2? Hello, everyone. I'm back. And it's coffee time. Ah, yes. We all love coffee time. So, well, maybe not everyone. Maybe you like water. Maybe you like milk. Maybe you like tea. Maybe you like vodka. Whatever it is, drink it. Drinks are up. You've got to stay hydrated, even though coffee is dialectic or whatever they call it. Dehydration or something. I should really get like a... Yeah, I'll figure it out. All right, guys. It all began yesterday, says Fernicar. Mr. Super Fake Name says, I missed it. Why are you doing Gemini 2? Because it's got a huge... well, I'll tell you why. 2 reasons. 1, massive context window. Where is it? Here. It's got a 1 million context window, which is mega. And like I said, it's not like Claude in that it writes 5,000 letters for a page. Yeah, it'll probably do 1,000, so it puts out 4 times, 5 times less, whatever, than Claude. But we're not coding, we're writing stories. And I think that we've got it on rails to the point that the hallucination is actually something to take... We're harnessing the hallucination. That's what I'm trying to do anyway. But yeah, it's coffee time, ladies and gentlemen. Huge context, and I don't think we need a rocket engine for this shopping cart, you know? I think we could just have, like, you know, just a respectable V6, something like that, you know? Just something reasonable, some wheels, you know? But yeah, it's got huge context, and also it's cheap. So if we look at the price, we're looking at 0.3. It's like 0.0, it's 8 cents per million up and 30 cents per million down, which is like 30 times cheaper than Claude. So, you know, for every 6-page book I write with Claude, I could write 20 with Gemini. So it's huge. It's just ridiculous. It's not even like, it's not even close. It's like Claude is on Mars by comparison for the cost. You know, this is so much cheaper. And there's a free version. So I thought, because more people can then use the tool, I'll start, you know, making prompts that work with Gemini rather than Claude. To be honest, that monster prompt that I just made would probably make Claude, like, try to reinvent the wheel and fire, you know. But with Gemini, it's kind of interesting. The instructions don't overwhelm him. He doesn't, like, try to invent the English language from scratch or something silly, you know. And by the way, guys, when I say stuff like that, it is partially a joke and it's partially true. I have seen him turn around and say stuff like, Java's not very efficient. Java's not working for this task. We'll write our own library. I'm like, what? Stop? Because he's insane. Sometimes the AIs are too smart in that way, you know? Right. So bottom line, let's just... I'm going to leave all of these open, actually, I think. It can only make it confused. So what page are we on? We're on page 3. So, okay, so here we go. This is brilliant. Next, do at page 4. I can't believe that it works, but it works. Put it into act mode, and off it goes. So we already generated the book, and now we are enhancing all the pages using 5 agents at once in a single prompt. It's kind of insane, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of insane. It's like, obviously I had to test all of those agents one by one. And I do think that there's probably less attention on each of the agents' jobs. Like the actions they take is probably less detailed than if you were just running one at a time. But they were all doing too much. So I need them to work together. Because otherwise, like I say, it's like, take a story, double the text by describing the locations and the characters more, add inner thoughts, add smoothing, you know, like I said, so that like things that jump out get a little bit of a lead in and a lead out, you know what I mean? So when there's like something obvious shouldn't be there, it's going to fill that in. Then we also use another thing to look for plot elements that maybe you introduced and didn't develop, so then it's going to develop those as well. And then it's going to look for repetition and then use like if you look simplified, it's like a thesaurus. It'll look for the most common words and then introduce a thesaurus for those words, but it's not that. It does antonyms, it does synonyms, it does metaphors, it does all kinds of stuff. Get the crystals! Morales Singh yelled, firing a concentrated blast at the assassin engaging Jang. Jang seized the opportunity, disarming his opponent and moving towards the pedestal. As he reached for the crystals, a third assassin materialized, its disruptor aimed at Jang's back, the weapon humming with a lethal intent. This is a pretty cool action scene. A blinding flash of chronoton energy. It's just making stuff up now. I never told it to say that. This is not canon. God, this fan fiction. But I think it's really fun. I think it's really fun to play around with this. So let's get that last page done. Next, do at page. Where is it? Page. I'm just squinting right now at the keyboard. Like, what are you doing? There we go. Last page. Plan. And then act. Oh, wait. Oh no! Oh no! He fought to maintain his grip on reality, the pain searing through him, a white-hot agony that threatened to consume him. He saw Jang grab the crystals, a triumphant glint in his augmented eyes, and then everything went black, the temporal distortions finally claiming him. I want to know what happens next. He's probably just going to say, in the end! And you'll get blue-balled on the plot, on the ending. Let's see. Ask it to invent high-energy particle physics for your weapons, which you can then publish as a scientific journal. Do you know, it's funny, right? I needed to publish. About a year ago, I needed to publish. And do you know what the system is? You need to have an academic partner on the paper to publish. And if you don't, you can't. And so that means you've got to go and find someone with a degree and be like, hey, do you want to put your name on my paper? And then who do you think gets the credit? Oh, it's just a... Oh, I'm not even gonna, guys. And to be honest, the thing which I was talking that... Hey, and next say the end. Yeah, the end. Yeah, but in the end... So how did the end of the last page end? Let me see. The last page ended... Yeah. It just like, look, he fought. Oh my God, they're having a fight, and then it's over. It's over. It's a anticlimactic ending. Yeah, you know all about it then. Yeah, it's a nightmare. But do you know what's fun though? You just open source it, and they'll all use it anyway. There you go. Just open source it. If you open source stuff nowadays, you know, your work will at least get used. That's the way I look at it. Yeah, you might not get paid for it, but it will lead to networking and opportunity. So, you know, it's just ironic that these days you've got to give away your billion-dollar idea to get hired. It's so funny. But hey, you're welcome to execute and bring your billion-dollar idea to market on your own. Haw. You know, it's like, you remember that meme where it was like Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, and eBay all started in a garage. What's your excuse? And the excuse, and obviously we don't have garages. No one's got a garage. Anyway, well, not in my country anyway. You have to have a lot of money to have a garage for your car. That's crazy. Mind you, back in the 90s, most houses came with a garage. Now they don't. You know, they could have put another house there. Yep. Packing in like sardines. End with cliffhanger. Well, it's not. I think it is kind of a cliffhanger, yeah. But this is relevant. It does tell you how the story ends, but it's not like. It's because of the story profile we picked. What did we pick again? I think I already left it. And funny thing is, see more is back. They fixed it. I guess loads of people complained. Because you couldn't do see more, see less, see more was missing for a couple of days. It's back. So we've done the enhancement. It cost us 16 cents to do the entire book. If I take a look at this one, to write the book cost us 0.1, cost us a penny. So it was 1 cent to write, and then 16 to enhance. And technically, this should be, well, look, this is the experiment. This should be finished, you know? So, do you know what the funny thing is, Dragon? A lot of us have learned so much in this field that we should have all had one, really. Do you know what I mean? Like, because it's like if you've done the work, you should be able to get it on credit, I think. You know what I mean? If you've done the work, you should be able to get it on credit. Or somehow, you should be able to prove that you've been working in the field for years and therefore, you know. But to be honest, there was no degree. You know, AI, maybe it's got a degree now, but in what? Like training text? What about video and audio and images? It's like, it's becoming its own, I think. It's fast becoming its own category, AI. Do you know what I mean? Like, the stuff you learn in an IT course isn't what you'd learn in an AI course, right? And there's so much of it, you can't really just say AI. You'd have to say, oh, this is text, or this is, yeah, because it's so all-encompassing. Yeah. Yeah, just open source YouTube. That's what I thought. Do you know what I thought, right? I thought, well, they're all arguing about whether or not it's yours. Just keep publishing. Well, they're all arguing about whether it's legal. It just goes back to the can of tomato soup. It goes back to Campbell's soup again or whatever. Because you just got to keep going. Just got to keep going. Nobody ever missed the hoop by not stopping taking shots, you know? So you just got to keep shooting. Just keep shooting. You'll hit your target one day. It's just when. The only way you can not hit is if you stop shooting. It's obvious when you think about it, right? So here we have our story, right? So how about we format this into something? It's not very long, I would say. 1,100. Okay, we got a problem. First problem. The enhancement was crap. It did add stuff, but I feel like we need to do the V3 again. But then again, maybe I'm wrong, okay? Because look at the size of the last page, and then look at the size of these pages. Let me just... Okay, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. Okay, it's not so bad when you... No, it's the first page, which is just terrible. I feel like it's not completely done enough. Let's have a look at that narrative prompt real quick. Oh, hell yeah. Coffee time? Right, where's that enhancement prompt? I know I put it in the wrong place. Uno, reverse. Here it is. So what does it say with the actual expansion? Yeah, that's what I thought. It doesn't have a percent. So it didn't actually know. Okay, so that means it could be a lot better then. Right. Copy this. Open this. Open this. Right. This is my unified enhancement prompt. Okay, for working with stories of many pages. Stories of many pages, guys. Okay. We need to ensure that the descriptive expansion aims for 200% original length without altering the narrative as already defined. Attached dot text, no, dot md format. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott, Drift Johnson. I just realized this is an American The Office reference and I'll have to explain it later. Okay. Michael Scott. No. No. What a guy. Okay. Process stories in reverse order. So yeah, that was something which I didn't do. I did page 0 first. Maybe that was my mistake. I should have done it from page 5. Idiot. Why'd you doing it forwards? That's Uno. That's just Uno. Okay, so we've copied it. Okay. All right. Let's try it again. Do you know what? I'm just going to do it again on the same story. I shouldn't, but it's fine. That'll effectively mean that I did it twice. But the first one was kind of like 1x. It didn't actually upscale, okay? Didn't actually upscale. So what I'll do is I'll go to the bit where we put the thing in. So when presented with a story page, right? And this one, it'll be page 5 this time. So let's see if he goes backwards. Because technically, if I started at 0, yeah, of course he can't go backwards. Let me see. Does he go here? Reverse. Revert process story order in reverse from end to beginning. Yes. Read the full page when processing a story page. Oh no! Do you have to put it in multiple places? Crap. Okay. Oh. I think maybe I could just go here. Story page. I think I might. It doesn't. There's no rule. Do you know what the funny thing about this is? There's no rules. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's funny. Now, did he actually read the page? Because remember, I couldn't actually find it, so I just wrote a new story from scratch. That's the problem with these guys. They're too smart, and if you're not careful, you miss the part where he said, I couldn't do what you wanted, so I made ice cream, you know? So what's this? The word count is 503. 200% is 1,000. Look at that. That's cool. He used a tool of some kind. Based on the content, the most appropriate techniques are golden shadow, environmental expansion, prose smoothing, repetition elimination. Okay. Alright, let's go. Agreed, Dragon. Just because the journal is called Science or Nature does not mean you should not get your degree. Yeah, that's a good point. Very good point. They say fail upwards. Look at this. What's it doing? It's doing right to... Oh, well, I know what that is. Why is it showing me suddenly then? Normally that would be hidden away, right? Yeah. No, it was hidden away. Okay. So this is just a bit chattier about what he's doing, look. Oh, wow, look how much longer that is. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it looks like it's working. It's cooking. Why is he editing page 5? What are you doing? Stop. Replace the entire content of the file with original content plus the added text. Ah. You're gonna what? You're gonna what, mate? Hold up. He's not. He's talking a big game, but he's not doing what he just said. He's just adding a bit to it. He's still just adding to page 5. This is pretty good, though. Whoa. Whoa. We've duplicated. That might have been me opening all the stuff. White guy with a chef hat and a spatula. Isn't that just me on a Saturday morning? Dragon says, I must admit you're taking prompts to the next level. I often put the wrong word in a 50-word prompt window and wonder why the woman's naked when she should not be. Yeah, everyone's had that problem. You know, you can have that problem in real life too. Got to watch out when you're messing those words up. Words have power. All right. Looks like I need to tell him next do at page 4. All right, let's go. It's actually expanding now. Before, what it was doing was it was doing all the other stuff, but it wasn't really, it was doing a, like if you were to imagine an image, it was a 1x upscale. Full dive, indeed. There was a guy I used to know, he used to say indubitably a lot. The Chrono Assassins emerge. I've expanded the Chrono Assassins and their weapons, and Zhang's injuries, and cybernetic enhancements. I will aim for 100 words. Look how good he is. Hey? We'll check it at the end and make sure that he hasn't screwed up. But I will admit that lately there haven't been any... That's the one thing I'll say about Claude 3.7. It was expensive, and it was really wordy, but it didn't make any mistakes. It did talk and it talked enough to put me out of business. That's a lot, okay? But the thing is that I think that Gemini's better. I think Gemini gets to the point, and it's cheap, and it's fast. It's cheap, it's fast, and it gets to the point. I don't need it to be wordy, right? If I want it to be wordy, I can write an agent to go in and make everyone waffle. You know what I mean? I can do that separately. I don't want it to be like that all the time by default, which is how it was. Now, it might be because it was doing the deep thinking stuff, you know, so he just had more to say. That would make sense. Zhang moved with a speed that defied his injuries. I don't like how it's literally saying time seemed to compress, because that's literally like explaining what you're doing. That's like saying Deadpool spoke directly at the camera and broke the fourth wall. It's like you don't need to tell them what it is, okay? Or it's like Deadpool looked at the camera and said, "I'm breaking the fourth wall right now." It's a bit heavy, right? You don't like, because obviously I've asked it to slow down time when there's action, so its time seemed to compress. So that's a little bit low intelligence. You shouldn't be telling me what your instructions are. So there's still a bit of human editing, but like I said, this is the fastest and cheapest way to use the system, so you know, that's what it is. So obviously we've done page 4 and we're going backwards now, so next do at page 3. Couldn't be easier. Put it in the planage. Off we go. Oh yeah, be metafictional. Yeah, because Sam Altman told everyone to do it. He was like, say be met, but the thing is you can put that into the plan when you write the book, and now it's metafictional. I wouldn't. Oh dear! Don't make me meme on it. Don't make me meme on it, because I'll be like, use meta descriptions and meta names while you are being metafictionally meta-reactive with meta humor. Use that instead of the story wheel, you know, and use Dan Harmon's story wheel instead, and just use meta about meta with meta and meta. Use more meta. We need more meta. You need meta irony. That's the real meta. You know what I mean? Meta cool. Meta-rific. Yeah. Yeah. I need more gimmicks. Get the crystals. See, the thing is, I wanted a way to make short stories, because short stories is what people actually write. You know, most people don't write books. Most people just write a short story. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be like 11 to 20 pages. Not a long story, just a story. You know what I mean? Now, you could flesh that out into a bigger story, for sure. But most people haven't got the time. They're like, I like it, the short form. Because the other thing is, more people read shorter stories. Think about that. More people read shorter stories. What are the most read stories? Probably poems. Because there are stories in poetry form, right? It's like 4 lines. Hey, Mahmood. Welcome. Thank you for joining. What's happening here? We are doing my Uno Unified Narrative Operator. We're testing it. And we're testing it with Gemini 2.0 Flashlight. So that's what we're doing. So next do at page 3. That's what we're doing. Do people read? Well, that's the other thing. No, most people listen to audiobooks, and that's the next component. See, tomorrow we're going to be taking a look at my approach. We're going to start developing my approach to audiobook generation tomorrow. That'll be starting at 7. Alistair Reynolds. Hard to find kids reading. Yeah, to be honest, like I said, audiobooks, man. More people listen to Audible than buy print books, I think. I look, it's hard to make general statements like that, but I get the feeling that audiobooks are more accessible because you can just have it streaming. You can listen to it on your phone when you're running, driving, whatever. You don't need to set aside the time like you do with reading a book. Because when you're reading a book, all you can do is read the book. Yeah, sure, you could put music on, but that might actually distract you from the reading experience. I don't know. Everyone's different. Some people like to have music playing, some people don't, right? But yeah, so audiobooks. We've got so many TTS, really good TTS. And so, yeah, to be honest, Dragon, like a lot of people were talking about how AI is going to make people stupid. But to be honest, if you're using your brain, it's a muscle, right? If you're exercising your brain in any way, that's better than not. So if AI can help to engage people, you know, then maybe they can expand their literary abilities, right? Just from experience, pure XP accrue. Do you know, pure XP accruement alone. Do you know what I mean? Just because I know that that's the case. If you tell someone to read 10 books, they will come out the other side of it and be like having learned something from it or whatever. They would have taken something from it. Oh, by the way, Mahmood, if you're still there and you're interested, all of this stuff is up on my GitHub, so you don't have to struggle with my silly accent. You could actually just go and check it out on github.com/mushroomfleet. And that would be here. Narrative, spittoon, inversion, mushroom fleet. And you can clone this. And it works with... So we just git clone it. And the way it works, you write the last page. And then it writes your story in reverse. But you define the world, the characters, everything. Turn off your Alexa. Hey Alexa, turn off the living room lights. Hey Alexa. You probably don't even say hey Alexa, do you? I know you say hey Meta. You go, hey Meta, why can't my glasses tell me what I'm looking at? I'm sorry, I can't do that right now. Hey Meta, what am I looking at right now? I'm sorry, that's not available in your region. But I tell you what though, the Meta glasses are amazing for taking pictures, FPV video, that kind of thing. Just saying. I forgot the magic word. Okay. That's okay. I'll try to forget it because I'm not really trying to mess with you, guy. I'm a little bit suspicious of what's going on right here. Let me just remind myself of what I typed real quick. Did I type 3? Did I actually type page 4? I don't think I did. I think he's broken. I think he's broken. Let me check. Page 4. I could have sworn I said, yeah, I said page 3. Oh, look, look. Look at that. Right, stop, 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 stop. There's no stop. 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 There's no stop. It's amazing, isn't it? He's gone off the rails, guys. Okay, stop. He wasn't writing the right page. Isn't that amazing? He wasn't even writing the correct page. I said, wait. I said do page 3, and he's like, ah. Look at this. This is great. We need to look and see what he did. That's the whole point of what we do here, by the way. We need to see what the machine is doing. So look, page 4. Page 4. It's working on page 4. Yeah? Page 4. There. Look, here we go. Page 3. I want to create a new file called page 3. The model couldn't find anything called... Look, I use search patterns that don't match anything in the file, right? Retrying. And then he says... I'll use the thing. Okay? Page 4. I want to edit the wrong page. Oh, classic Gemini. So what we'll have to do then is we'll have to... Task resumption. See, next do page 3. page 3. So he actually knew what he was supposed to do. Ah, the open tabs confused him. The open tabs confused him. At least I know why it went wrong though. So basically just close the ones you're not working on. Close them. He thinks that they're relevant. He thinks they're relevant. See, I need to create a plan for enhancing page 3. So off he goes. And then he still does page 3, right? I want to create a new file called page 3. And then... Wait, is that the actual file? And then I'll use write to file. Look, see, he's completely screwed it up. So then we'll go restore files. Okay. Because he screwed it up. That's the first time it's messed up. But again, we are using cheat mode. What's going on here? What? What are you doing? Look at this. Here's the story, but page 5 is now here. So he didn't even... Okay, guys, this is crazy. Okay, so another limitation of Gemini. He created it in the wrong... He created the pages in the wrong place. So now there's 2 page 4s. Okay, so this one's actually been up. This one's been done. That one's been done. But it's cool that I've got both, though. So, hang on. That's 3,162. This is 4,255. So that one is outdated. And these should be in here. Okay. So I think what happened there was it made a new story folder in a different path, right? And then it wrote the story there when it should have been writing it here. I wonder if that explained why it couldn't, because then of course it's 2 different folders. Maybe that's why it couldn't find the files when I said do the loop. Makes sense. Doesn't explain why it didn't do page 3 when we asked it to, though. Whoa, look at that. We're at 3.7 million tokens up now. And we've only spent 30 cents. This feels like I'm robbing a bank or something, this does. The amount I'm getting out of this. Man. Feels like a heist, doesn't it? 30 cents for 4 million up and 75,000 down with 150 in the context. That's pretty good. Okay. So I want to use right to... Yeah. We're gonna... Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this prompt. Can I... No. I'm going to have to do it like this. And I'm going to do it myself. Because I think... Yeah. Plan. Okay, and then at the top we need to put the new page, which is page 3. I think that was the problem. Yeah. You'd probably have to rewrite this entire prompt to make it loop through pages. It needs more. I thought I could get away with just adding the bit that I used last time, but it's more complicated. It's more complicated. Just do it 1 page at a time. So I'm just going to update this and change it to be story page, and then that's where you put your page. Cool. Obviously, I would delete that line if I was using a Claude project Claude projects. And in fact, I may as well show you that because not everybody has VS Code and all. So you go on to Claude, it's a pro feature, so you do need to be subscribed to have this, but if I just go in here and just open up this and paste it in full there, and you do not need that line. because it was already set up to be an agent where when presented with a story page, right? So I saved that, and just to give you the full demo, if we go to the tools section, what we can do is give it one of the story pages. So let's give it page 5. Even though that's horribly bugged. Wait, let me look at this. What the hell? It added a whole new bit here, look. It used to start, but in the end, and now it's... Huh? Sure. Sure thing, Gemini. Like I said, we're evaluating its ability to write. So that's, you know, we're putting it through its paces here. But if I get, I think page 4 is probably going to be better. If I get page 4 and drop it in and say, please write a report simulating the changes you would make when analyzing this draft page from my story. Okay. I should have probably told him to use Uno, but it should do that anyway. Heavy climactic scene, character focus, scene type, high intensity combat, 500 words, 1,000. It's going to go up to 1,000. Based on analysis, I'd apply this. Blah, blah, blah. Golden shadow, pro smoothing, repetition, elimination. Slow down critical moments. Add proprioceptive details. Enhance combat choreography, physiological response, alteration between explosive and stillness, and so on. This is like a Cliff's Notes of 5 different agents all working in tandem. Original. So here's an example. Original. The air inside the abandoned time dilation facility hung thick and stagnant, a miasma of ozone and decay that clawed at the lungs. Enhanced. The air inside the abandoned time dilation facility hung thick and stagnant, a miasma of ozone decay that clawed at the lungs. So that's the same, right? And then it goes on. Particles of dust suspended in motion like miniature galaxies caught the intermittent flicker of emergency lights that had somehow survived the facility's fall into disrepair. And I need a pop filter. Once the pinnacle of Westwick's temporal research division, the complex now stood as a hollow monument to abandoned progress, its corridors housing nothing but echoes and shadows. That's not bad, considering it just added all of that. You know what I mean? That's not bad. The only problem is, which is what I was talking about before, all of that, look how much bigger it is compared to that bit. So now it's like 2/3 fluff. It's good. It's not as bad as before. Zhang moved with a speed that defied his injuries, his cybernetic enhancements giving him a brutal edge, which then gets extended. Damn, that's really good. Listen to this. This is like something out of One Punch Man. It goes, each movement calculated to maximum efficiency, no wasted energy, no telegraphed intent. 3 days ago, he'd been lying semi-conscious in a recovery pod, his shattered ribcage barely holding together after memory theft. Now the titanium ceramic composite grafted to his skeletal structure hummed with each impact. See what I mean? It sounds like Genos or something from One Punch Man. Suddenly becomes super cyberpunk. Oh, there's more. Wait, what? Look at this. The final enhancement maintains your original structure and dialogue while weaving in these expansions seamlessly, ensuring we reach precisely 1,034 words. Whoa, I didn't ask for precisely 1,034. I just said double it, mate. He's like, no, there were 500 and... Do you know what I mean? He's like, there were 518. So now I must make exactly double. or I have broken the rules. It's like, all right, calm down. I'm not going to break your balls over 1 or 2. It's fine. No, it has to be the correct answer. Okay. Coffee time, coffee time, coffee time. It's always coffee time. It's nearly coffee time again. But the truth is, I try not to drink coffee after 9 o'clock, guys. It's a bit, it is even for me. That's a bit too late. Hell yeah. She's not even holding it. It's like a fashion accessory. Like a... Oh, wait, no. It's a spin board, right? Where's my gallery at? There it is. Okay. Ah, so now we've got quite the collection. Some of them better than others. This was the low res version, wasn't it? Ah, it's on repeat 1. Okay, next. I think we made it bigger in the next one. Yeah. Hang on, let's get this more into the middle of the screen here. It's pretty good. It still needs more resolution, if you ask me, but it's not bad. What the... What? This motion is so random. Whoa, what? Wait, hang on. Hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's my favourite one. Because the hands, she's got extra hands, man. That's classic. That's really good. I think that's the last one. Do we not have a new one? Yes, we have a new one. This one's fresh off the press. She's talking. The coffee. That's the best coffee ever. Okay. Coffee time. Best coffee ever, guys. So yeah, it's got 2 more to make. And like I said, it's doing exactly what I thought it would do. It's taking my very nice image, shrinking it and animating it according to this. So it's managed to retain the sign, which is what I was worried that the video would destroy the text, you know what I mean? So this is, I've learned a whole bunch of really cool lessons from this. The most obvious one being that, yes, the data set, which is made up of generated initial images and prompts, is solid. I actually want to take this into the cloud so I can go up to 720p and see if we can increase the quality just by upping the resolution. Because right now I'm using a Q4 KM. So this is heavily quantized 720p model. And I don't... Yeah, we're nowhere near 720p right now. Okay? So, do you know what? Let's change it over to the 480p. Change it back to the 480p model. And I'll find out. Right then, back to the storyline. So, we've written this story. We've processed all the pages. I think... No. We've got a couple more left, haven't we? We're going backwards. So we got 210 to finish. Okay. So that's what we're doing. That's where we're at. To be honest, you don't actually need... This is the funny thing. You don't actually need it to be so floaty. Like, if you're trying to tell a story, it's up to you what fidelity you want, you know? If you're writing a novel there is an expected sort of way of... There's an expected level of detail for a novel. Like, I would even go so far as to say that different formats have different depth, like levels of depth in terms of how wordy it is. Like, this is one of the reasons I liked Isaac Asimov for his short stories. Because you'll see a lot of famous writers writing novels, but it's like novellas seem to be way more popular in the last few decades. And also, you got to think, like, the short story format from the internet and the blogosphere and, you know, online writing groups and everything. You know? Like, what's that thing they have on, what do they call it? It's not red text, is it? Where people write stories in a funny way, and they're like a blog. It's like a blog post. Do you know what I mean? You know, people write spooky stories and such, and sometimes they end up becoming movies because, you know, they get grabbed onto and expanded, right? But it's like some of the simplest ideas, they don't have to be so wordy, right? That's like a choice, if you ask me. You know, it's a choice. It's a bit like rap without the music. It's still rap, you know? Yeah, you can rap without instruments, but you could have an orchestra behind you. You know? Both are fine. Both are good. Both are good. So anyway, like I said, as is tradition when we do these segments, when we get to the end of this, I'm going to put it all into a document. So it's like chapters and a name and everything. And then we'll put the link up in the Writers Club section on the Discord. Eventually, there will be a GitHub section in this repo which will contain links to all the books we've written for examples. This one, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show off the new one-step enhancer. Uno, my unified narrative operator. Look at this. Look at what he's doing. I will count the words. The word is 598. The target count is 676. I still need to add more words. Look at what he's doing. He's like, okay, I've added all the stuff. And then he's like, oh, I'm short. I'm sorry, I'm short. I can find more. He's like digging around in his pockets like, I can find more words. Just wait. Give me another minute. Hang on. I got this. And he's like, desperate. Oh, man. I'm 15 words short. What am I going to do? He's like having a... he's having like a crisis. Look. The word count is now 674. The target was 676. I am very close. I'll add a few more words. You only needed to add 2. You could have just said, and then. I've already told him he's not allowed to say and then. But anyway, the word count is 674. He needs to find where... I can't believe it. And what would be even funnier is if he got to the last bit, 676. He goes, there are now 677. I'm going to start again from scratch. And then he deletes the page and starts writing it out again. I'm not making that up. I've seen LLMs do that. Okay, it's like a nightmare. You're like, what are you doing? I started again. I deleted it, and then he'll stop halfway and go, the page truncated. Oh man, I love working with these things. It's so much fun. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're not gonna try and tag it on, because he gets confused. So, oh no! Look! I can't do the read more thing. See? That's what I was talking about. Read more's gone. So I must finish. I started, so I must finish. I have started, so I must finish. Right. Determine the page's position in the larger narrative arc. Yes, that's exactly what we want. I'm going to copy that and get back to the writing and kill this and whoops, what the heck was that? Oh, it's Discord. Okay, up to the top, story page 2. Yeah. The worst thing that can happen when you're working with an LLM is that it's rewriting a file, but it's editing the file, the original, and then it gets stuck. And then he just goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I truncated the file." And you're like, "You did what?" What that means is he deleted the last half of it. But there are checkpoint features in this, you know. I did show it earlier. You can click restore and roll back to before he screwed everything over, you know. It's very rare though. It only happens with cheaper LLMs. Stuff like Claude doesn't do stuff like that. Claude's it just works too hard. Excuse me. A woman with a cybernetic eye. Oh my god, another cybernetic eye. It gleamed, apparently. You got to be careful as well. Often truncating happens when if you're scrolling around, say I'm like rolling up and down with the mouse wheel looking at what he's writing, or if I'm using this bar to go sideways, stuff like that, it'll mess up and it'll glitch out. And then he'll be like, "Oh, you were editing the file or something," and it can screw up the process, basically. Something I noticed. Oh, so now he's... Okay, so he did the golden shadow. Now he did environmental. So what was the golden shadow for this page? It was... Where can we find this key? Secrets, whispers, shadows, doesn't give information, free, wants to be... Okay, so it's just fleshing out... It's fleshing out the underground. The syndicate. The ones who control the memory crystals. Love it. Just make it unnecessarily gang-related. The one-eyed, one-legged, one-armed man. That's right. Hey, you know him too? And now he's going to do repetition elimination. Dude, I'm not being funny, but I might... it's a shame it's so specialized. I could... this prompt, now it's one prompt. I could turn it into an MCP. That would be a coup. So then you have an MCP for processing pages. Because this has been now refined. It doesn't need the story. It doesn't need the original prompt. It doesn't need any of the... It only needs the page. It takes everything on... it takes everything at page... it takes everything on front page value. Or whatever. Right? Oh my god. Takes everything at page value. There you go. See, it's been optimized so that it just keeps going until it hits the target. It'll just keep going. I'm still not at 200%. He keeps counting the number of words. He's like, we now have 548. I'm still not there. This is really funny to watch. Because the thing is, I'm not really specific about page 3 value, says Dragon. Yeah. I'm Look, approximately at 548, he was aiming for no, I've reached 596. So funny. All right. So kill that. Do another one. Change it to page 1. Get rid of that so it doesn't confuse him. And we're 1 page away from finishing. A little bit. I've gone a little over time, but that's okay. I generally give my... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Gemini! What are you doing? Let's try that one again, shall we? Hang on, I got an idea real quick. Close it and open it. It's like a little trick to force it to There might be a button somewhere which I can click that makes it catalog, manifest, I don't know, scan, makes it look at all of these again, but I haven't found out what that button is or where. So what I do is I just close it and open it again, which takes seconds. Because what I found is sometimes he doesn't know what files are, which is funny because they're right there, but he can't see them. Page 1, plan and go. Let's see if he can do it this time. He just tripped over his own face. Okay, go on then. Read page 1. Oh good, it didn't break. Now he's going to like obsessively expand it to 540. A blind LLM, yeah. See, the best one was when we actually started doing this earlier. Gemini was like, I can't actually find that file. I'll just make up a story and do whatever I want. And I went, can't you see this file? And he went, oh, I can see it now. And then he did exactly what he was supposed to. But if I hadn't caught that, he would have just written anything. He just would have made something up. And that's the funniest thing. In fact, let me show you this. This is really funny. I don't know. I like to show people this all the time. It's become a bit of a joke over time. Like, I've got a repo called DJZ nodes, and in it there are hundreds of nodes for Comfy UI. But this is the fun part. If you go down the README, I have all of the documentation is generated with AI, okay? And if you scroll down to Wavelet Decompose, which doesn't work, by the way, Advanced Layer Decomposition. You see this note here? Color output currently being fixed. Yeah? This wasn't working, so I showed the bug and the code to the LLM, okay? And what it did was, it opened the README for my project, and it wrote color output currently being fixed, and then it ended. Yeah? So I said, here's the bug, here's the code, show me how to fix the problem, and he went, yeah, I'll look into that later. He effectively told me to wait. You know, it's like if I went into a company and went, hey, could you take a look at this for me? He's like, yeah, I'll be right on that. And then they just wander off. Yeah, I'll get right on that, mate. Says, yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it. Yeah, we're working on it. So he's not working on it. What he did was he wrote in the README, it's currently being fixed. And that's probably the most intelligent thing an AI has ever done in all the time I've been using it. You know, instead of doing the job, just put a sign up that says we're working on it. I'm like, that's proof of intelligence right there. He didn't do it. He made an excuse and dodged it. It's a freaky extra hand. I kept that there because I thought it was great. How are we looking? Are we on page 0 yet? Nope. We need to get our asses to page 0. I've enhanced the alley. I still need to add 12 words. This guy. It's okay. Just get within 50 words. It's fine. He's like, no, I need to add more words. I love it, dude. It's so good. Okay. That cost me 7 cents. So let's do the last page. That'll be 0. Page 0. Now, I know technically I processed them twice, but the first time there was no actual... It's like I was doing upscaling at 1x. That's what it was like. So it didn't actually get longer. It just sort of put a little bit of stuff in there and did everything else. You don't really need reverse order processing. I am doing it in reverse. I started at 5 and I went back to 0, so I did it right. But see, the interesting thing about that is you can do crazy stuff in the storytelling. Like, you can have the AI do foreshadowing, because it's not predicting the future. It already wrote the future. It just remembers in the past to make references to things that are going to happen later. It can't do that when you're just writing into nothing. If the future doesn't exist, you can't do that. Or you can, but it's a lot harder and easier to screw up. Oh, the discovery of a dead body. The count is now 3:30. I need to reach 4:16. The count is 4:12 and I need to... No, 3... Wait, he went down by 2 words. Ah, so smoothing lost 2 words. Okay. Repetition elimination. 3:28. I need to add more words. He keeps taking words away. We're now at 3:49. I need to get to 4:16. This is so good. I get to watch it, like, struggling to try and reach the target. I'll do more environmental expansion, he says. I'll do more golden shadow enhancement. I'll do more prose smoothing. 398. The replace and tool failed again. Yeah, because you're screwing around so much. What are you doing? Ah, he's at 398. He needs another 18 words, guys. What is he going to do? Panic. Panic. The AI is just panic. What am I going to do? I'm at 408. I need 8 more words. He's like running around. The place is on fire. Help. I need to find 8 more words. Surely this is it. Surely that's all it is. I'm now at 408. I need to add more words. Oh, I've created such a fun agent to watch. I need 8 more words. He's done it. Whoa. The word count is now 416. I have reached an exact 200%. I will now deliver. Beautiful. So let's have a look at it then. 3,341. Yeah. But that's an entire chapter, though. So it's still a bit short. Still a bit short. But it's supposed to be short. I have to do that, see? Yeah, I know. Yeah, exact. We'll see about that. Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? How he's like, I never told him to do exactly. He just decided he was going to be obsessively accurate with the 200% thing. He's like, I've worked out. It must be exactly this number. So good. Have you seen the film War Games? You are doing what happens in the end of the film to this LLM. Yeah, I suppose so. Get him in a stalemate. Alright, so now, of course, we need to do our last bit. The last bit's super easy. Barely an inconvenience. All I got to do is hit up the docs. And we're going to call this one Gemini Flash 2. Gemini Flash 2. A demo, right? And we'll call it memory. Call it memories 0. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. What? I don't need that. Thank you very much. there. The only thing that annoys me about this process is whenever you paste in here, do you know what? I'm going to solve that today. It annoys me. And yeah, so hang on. Right, I need like a temp. I need like a temp place. See, what happens is when you copy the page in, this is just word processing stuff, right? When you paste it in, it gives you a default text size, which is huge and crap and stupid. You want to be like 8, okay? So I'll copy that then and get rid of it, right? That's... What the hell is that green thing doing there? What the hell is that? Am I logged into the page twice? Yeah. Wait, what? Yeah, I'm into it twice. That's what it is. It's me. It's showing me where I also am. It's really top. So, oh dear, I'm not even going to go there. Right? Retarded. Like a fire blanket. Open up that. And 8. Okay, actually... I don't trust it, but it looks like I've managed to make the page size 8 and it's changed what I pasted. I don't trust it for a second. I'm very suspicious that it's just doing whatever the hell it wants, you know? So I don't like to leave things to chance, but yeah, so we delete this. Yeah, it looks like because the page is set to 0.8. Okay, cool. This was definitely worth doing then. Because it annoys me when I have to go in there. Because if you change the size, it wrecks all of the chapter titles. And then you've got to like scroll through it and find them all again. So this is why I like to do it this way. Oh God, this. What the hell? Looks like I put an extra line break there. By accidente. So normally I just copy it straight in and then, you know, but I just think this is quicker. Because normally it'll come in size 12, which is like, I'm not blind. I mean, look, it doesn't even look that small. Look, I don't know. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, crap! See what I mean? Just see that? Look how big it is. When you put it next to each other like this, it's like, oh my God. So yeah, that's no good. No, we don't want that. Like that. There. Oof. I love how it's got like really nice line spacing, and then for some reason Claude gave me no new line spacing. I don't know why. He was just like, that's a little bit better. Ah. Yeah, that's good. That's better. Okay. Save that. So what do we got at the end of all of that? 5,000 words, 8 pages. Okay, and just to give you a bit of a contrast here, because, you know, it doesn't really make any, you know, you need to have something to put that to. So here's the last one, and then here is the last one. Right, so this was done with Claude 3.7 using the exact same process with deep thinking and all. This one is 50,000 words on 73 pages. And again, it was a 6-page prompt. We made this 2 days ago in a session live. So 50,000 words, 73 pages. This is a decent, this is, to be honest, too big. Okay. Because when you're up to 73, you may as well just push out to 100 and just make it a novel, right? This one was done with Gemini Flash yesterday. And this one is 8,000 words across 11 pages. I'd call this one a novella. because it's about the right size. Now, people will, if you ask, like, because how long is a book is a bit like how long is a piece of string. It's as long as it needs to be, okay? But there are, like, ranges that people will say, this many to this many, that's a this many to this many, that's a that. And that's kind of like a publisher-defined thing. So different publishers have different definitions, right? That's all. It's all about positioning, you know what I mean? They don't want to put long books in with short books. That's typically the deal. As far as I can gather, I'm not a publisher, do you know what I mean? But yeah, so I've been trying to make them shorter. That's my goal. My goal lately has been making them shorter, because the problem we had was this system was just putting out epics. Okay, short stories are up to 90 pages. Well, yeah, but what if you've only got 100 pages and you want to put 4 stories in? That's 25 pages each, right? 4 to 6 hours is 90 pages. And also, how big is your text? Because, like, Dandelion, this one here, is 50 pages when it's size 8. 50 pages in size 8. And also, I would also point something else out, which I haven't really been... I haven't even touched on this, actually. I need to touch on this. So right now, what are we looking at? Let's just view... Come on, view. Fit. No. 50. Okay, what is this? What's this? That's an A4 letter page, guys. I hope you can see where I'm going with that. So, should we change the page setup? Where is it? Where is it? Page. View. Mode. No. Tools. No. Format page. Edit. Page. File page. Where is it? Page setup. Right. Okay. It's portrait. But we're not going to be writing a letter. You know, the book isn't A4, is it? It's A5. Or even B4. Sorry. No, not B4. B5, I think. A5 or B5. Or maybe even... No, not B6. I'm going to go with A5 because it's close. It's close. 2,000 pages at font 148. Yeah, how long is your book? So how long is a piece of string? So, alright. So we're going to change it over to A5. And then look at the difference. Look at the difference. You see? Instantly the difference. Now that's a page. And how many pages do we have? Now we've got 150 pages. And to be honest, does the text look too big on this page to you? Do you reckon we could make it even smaller? But yeah, now we've got 150 pages. But this is the point though. Look, remember this one that we just wrote on live tonight. We wrote this whole thing. We've upscaled it with the new Uno reverse upscaler or enhancer, whatever, right? So let's do the same thing to this one, shall we? Yeah. So we're going to go over to A5, and it might actually be that you need to have a special format, but A5 is going to be close enough to get an idea here. So now we've got 16 pages, yeah? Because my plan is I want to write multiple short stories per book. That's what I want to do. That's my goal. My goal isn't to just write books, because we can do that. My goal is to write concurrent short stories. Yeah, it's way too long for a short story. That first one that we looked at, Dandelion, we wrote a novel. Okay? We wrote a novel. 50,000 words, 150 pages. Yeah, you're not reading that in an afternoon. Okay? Now, when we look at these others, which we, like I said, these are the more recent ones that we've been testing. 23 pages. So if I've got, okay, I have 4 fully independent, self-encapsulated stories with all different characters and everything else, right? And I want them all to have a short story, so about 25 pages each, up to 25 pages for each story, all 4 of them. That's 100 pages, and then you've got a compendium, because I want short stories from Paradistro, which is the world that all of these, the noir detective guy, the Thora in the airships, the robot guys, Stam that's going around, the labyrinth, all of that stuff is in the same universe. And so I want to release short stories from Paradistro first, with some illustrations in the middle. That's the format that I'm going for. But it's going to be A5. So I've been sharing with you guys the tools that I'm using, how I refine them, how I develop them, when I've come across problems, how I've overcome them. And then I'm going to give you the step-by-step on the repo. And like I said, it's literally fire and forget once you have it set up. And we've got prompts for building all your artifacts. So it's like you build out a scaffold from distilled artifacts, and that guides the generation. It's like dynamic RAG, local dynamic RAG. It's all built in text and JSON. So that means you don't need to train and spend loads of money. You don't need to have huge GPUs. Okay. All you need is an idea and a keyboard. That's all you need. Because the fact that you can get free tokens is a game changer. It means that, because there's always been people that have followed what I do, and they haven't been able to participate because they can't pay for the tokens, right? And now there's loads of free plans on OpenRouter. You can actually get a lot of stuff done. I don't know if you'd be able to complete a full book, but you might be able to. I suppose it depends if you spread it out a bit. But yeah, so first things first, what are we going to call this one? This one's called Memories. No, it's not. That's the wrong one. This is from the other day. So wait, which one was this one? Hang on. Is this the one with the swimming? I think this is the one with the swimming and the hard drive. Sardine. Okay. There we go. And that's to distinguish it from this one, which is called Memories. Because of the memory crystal tech, that's all. There. So then what I do is I go anyone with a link, copy it, and then we throw it into the LLM Writers Club with the rest of them. New story written with Gemini Flash 2.0 and Spittoon inversion. This time we used the new Uno reverse agent. And the Uno reverse agent, you say? What the hell are you talking about, Willis? Well, I'll just link the MD file. Okay, there it is. So, because the thing is, look, I don't expect everyone to read all these stories, but if you're interested in it, what we do have is we have the process. So from when it was expanded with the upscaler to when it was smoothed. So each time it's a new version, you know, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, stage 5, you know, repetition sniper, golden shadow, action enhancer. And then this new one that we've just done does it all in one go. Instead of doing 5 stages, there's 2. Write the book, enhance the text. So it's 2 stages now. That's what we've just been showing off tonight. So we have combined all of that in, so you can obviously do them separately if you want. But like I said, the unified narrative operator is pretty slick. It works nice. What I'm going to do, I'm obviously going to read Memories tonight, because I think you have to read the story to understand the ability, right? I did read Dandelion. It's so long. It's so long. I had to listen to it through a text-to-speech reader, you know what I mean? I had to listen to it while I was working. I couldn't... It's so long. See, do you know what the joke is? I've got 40-page stories that we did the same thing to. If I actually work out how long they are, they're like... You're talking like 150,000 words. It's like 500 pages. It's like you just wrote Lord of the Rings in a night. Maybe we go 3 pages. Well, I think that... Remember when we were looking at the different story styles, right? So there were all these different story styles, okay? I think that it is possible to go with less than 6 pages, but you have to pick a story style that doesn't need 6 beats. Because if you look at the story wheel, there's 3 beats, which are split into 2 sections. So that's 6 chapters for each beat. Now, obviously, you have more chapters that just get spread out. You know what I mean? But if you have less, then that means you've got to do multiple things in one chapter. So, you know, that might not be enough to breathe. But the way you get around that, obviously, is you just go ahead and you use the a story type that doesn't have 6 points. Dandelion is detective. He snuck lab, he left lab, all for nothing. Tragedy. Yeah, people died. Yeah. The detective got too close to the truth and people die, and then he stops looking into it, basically. Yeah. He's like, yeah, it's just as bad as it always was. Yes, yeah, it really does. So what I want to do, though, is I want to work on better villains. The first thing I've noticed about this writing style is it's really good at doing protagonist focus, but it needs a little bit of... I think it needs a little bit of panache when it comes to the villains. The villains are still 2-dimensional in my opinion. It's better than 1-dimensional, but it's not 2-dimensional. Still not good. You need 3-dimensional villains. That's just my opinion, though. Let's test with even less pages. I think we will. I think tomorrow what we'll do is we will start... Tomorrow, we're going to stop using this default storyline, because I've used it enough. I'm going to go back to using my actual worlds and storylines, because we kind of made this one for free so we could give it away. You know what I mean? There's nothing in there that's related to the IPs that I'm writing. Okay? It is related because it's in universe, but it's like a self-encapsulated universe that doesn't affect anything outside of it, right? So I want to start working with Thora and Xenon again. So those are the 2 main worlds I'll be working with. Just so you know, what I do is I use a separate installation. So I'll have, like for now, I'll have a narrative spittoon, which is working for the default. And then, like I said, on my home PC, I've got 3 folders. And what I do is I clone this and drop the folder in. And now I've got I've got all my information to generate new stories. All I need to do is write the last page and then... Whoosh. You can do 3 chapter style into middle ending. Yeah. Yeah, what I do want to do is test it with less pages. What we'll probably do is it'll either be 3 or 4. Yeah, it'll either be 3 or 4. Yeah, 3 or 4. But this is what I was trying to say to you guys. If you have a look at the different types of story, like you can pick one that doesn't need a wheel. So, like, here, trickery. The villain attempts to deceive the victim. You don't need 6 beats for that. You know? Departure. The hero leaves home. You know what I mean? I can't beta test if the pages are too much to my health. Yeah, I know. This is why I've dialed it down. Like, literally, here, look. I'll just read a typical paragraph from Dandelion, okay? Ready? Oh, my God. What's going on? So, the rain hammered against the windows of Finnegan's Bar, drowning out the jazz quartet in the corner. Not the gentle patter of a spring shower, but the relentless assault of Westwick's perpetual deluge. Thick grey droplets that seemed weighted with industrial runoff and the city's collective despair. Never changes, does it? This city bleeds water instead of blood. I've been measuring my life in raindrops for too long. Composed. Through the warped glass panes, each rimmed with decades of mineral deposits that created prismatic halos around the exterior lights. It's such a try-hard, I'm sorry. I'm trying to read this with a straight face, but it's such a try-hard. Through the warped glass panes, each rimmed with decades of mineral deposits that created prismatic halos around the exterior lights. I watched water taxis navigate the swollen canal outside. It's so, you know what I mean? It's like, whoa, he's throwing shapes. Their amber navigation beacons cut weak paths through the evening murk, the vehicle's hydrofoils leaving momentary slices in the canal's oily surface before the downpour erased all evidence of their passing. This is so wordy. This is so high word. This is like Rain Man. My ghostwriter was Rain Man. Yeah? Dragon Diffusion UK. I measure my life in the amount of time my dog lifts his leg. Well, imagine if I was to write this, so use this system to describe your dog lifting its leg, you know? Just please describe in detail a dog lifting its leg. Slow down time, you know what I mean? We use all the things on it, and you end up with like 12,000 words of, you know, a dog lifts its leg. It's like, yeah, it is. It's overacting. It's really like, please pay me. Please, listen, if you pay me, this money well spent, please pay me. Look at how good this is. You'll never see anything like this. Look, he's having flashbacks. Listen to the water. It speaks in patterns that numbers can only approximate. That's deep. That's deep. That's actually deep, no lie. Your ghostwriter, the ghostwriter's getting paid by the word. Do you know, you can actually put that into the prompt sometimes. You can say stuff like that. One time I wanted the AI to summarize, like, really hard. I wanted to summarize, like, super hard. And so I said, please summarize this text. Every word is worth $9,000. And he came back with, like, he summarized it to, like, 5 words. Because he was like, I've made it as short as I can. I'm sorry. I said, we haven't got any money. I said, each letter in the signage is like, you know, X $1,000 and we have no money, you know. And he was like, oh, I've done my best. Gotta love it. So yeah, all of these are already up on the GitHubs. Yeah, please adopt me. Yeah. Or, please, sir, can I have some more tokens? Yeah. Got any more of that narrative? All right. I think we're done for tonight, guys. We went into extra time, but it was worth it. It's my pleasure to be here every night. Sometimes it can be a bit of a struggle to juggle with the other responsibilities I have, but I'm not going to stop. So I'll be here tomorrow, 7 o'clock. You're welcome. I'll look forward to seeing you guys on the reg. And until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.